Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? I should probably turn your volume
Head
up.
on.
There we go.
Hey,
Now
what's
you
Hey,
look
folks.
fine.
How is everybody?
You're okay.
Yeah.
You all have character names on your overlay now. So that's a thing.
Doing good.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
How long are those gonna last?
Like 2 more sessions, and then they all change because you're all going to die.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not going to say that I literally just finished leveling up my character, but I'm not going to say that either.
Right. Like, yeah. Yeah. No, that totally didn't just kind of absolutely happen. Oh.
Like hashtag whoops, totally forgot, but didn't forget.
More like hashtag too fucking busy because this stupid convention.
Nothing's going
Hey,
on.
we're gonna-
Nothing's
Hey,
going
hey,
on this
hey.
week. I don't know what the hell you're talking
Yeah.
about.
What the hell are you talking about? Just making shit up over here, HB Fox.
I mean, that's kind of my job.
No, that's my
Oh.
job.
Yeah, it's my job.
Imp,
Yep.
you're still listed as playing Friday the 13th.
It's you refresh because it's right. I updated it before we started.
I just loaded it.
It's full of shit. So there. I don't know
Nope.
what to tell you. Mine says
still there.
the right one.
No, for me it says Friday the 13th as well. It says Blood Moon Adventures 5th Edition D&D. Friday the
Friday the
13th.
Oh,
Okay.
the game. Maybe I might have forgotten to update the game. That's possible.
Yeah, the game.
I was like, no, I updated the title.
Okay. So you click the update button, yeah? Because
Yeah.
I've done that so many times that the entire stream, I'm like, yeah, this is fine. And then somebody, like, 2 minutes before the stream is over, they're like, hey, dumbass, it still says you're playing Destiny.
Well, stop playing Destiny. I mean,
Update.
that's how you fix that one. Yeah. How's everybody's week? It's yeah,
A week.
been a week.
It's
Been a week.
it's been a week.
Mag, since you responded first, what did your week entail?
Sore fingers in finishing this.
Hey, nice. You've been working on that for, I don't know, what, 3 months?
She's making
Yeah,
triggers.
because I'm fucking lazy and I'm doing it in spurts.
Fair enough.
Normally it would only take a week to do a full set, but it's just like, I'll do like a couple of strands a week and give my hands a break because this hand still hurts
Fair
from
enough.
twisting and using the steamer. So
Oof.
Fair enough.
it hurts. But yeah.
And then randomly pick HP Fox to tell us how his week went.
My week is ongoing. Let's put it that way.
It's just one long day for you, isn't
It kind of is. Like this last 5 or 6 days have been like stress hell.
Yeah, I saw Hunter's
uh,
updates today.
Yeah,
All that bullshit.
yeah.
That
we
sucks.
we can't catch a break. No matter what we do, we can't catch a break.
It's just been one of those things.
Yep. But that's okay. All the stress can pile up and build up and everything, and that's fine because once we're actually in Long Beach, it's too late to stress over it. So
That's
you
right.
just
It's a good way
relax
to
and
look
have
at
fun.
Long Beach is a thing this week for people.
Mhm.
I think, what, 4 out of 5 of us here?
Mm-hmm.
Mags, shun. Just kidding.
Shame.
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 She's so sad. Look at her.
Oh, it's terrible.
I want to unshame. I want to take my shame back. She really does look sad. I'm so fucking sorry.
No,
I'm so bad.
I'd saved to go and then I need to replace my motherboard and it's like, well, one or the other. Fuck.
You guys are gonna make her cry.
Oh.
Don't cry. I'll give you all my pins that I get because I don't understand why pins at conventions are a thing.
I don't either.
It's not. Why?
It's like the Disney infection spread to other fandoms.
Are we talking like lapel
Um,
pins or like bolígrafo?
No, like lapel pins.
Like, I'll tell you exactly what caused it, dude. I theorized this. I was having this discussion on the ferry today with Panda. Penny Arcade with the whole Penny Arcade thing and Loot Crate. Everybody gets a Loot Crate, and you always get a pin in your Loot Crate. So everybody's like, trade pins. And then the Penny Arcade thing fired up back in 2013, 2012.
Yep, 2013.
And now everybody's like, yeah, let's fucking trade some pins.
Well, it's not just that. It's also that pins are super cheap to produce.
Yeah.
Like they can produce them for pennies and they can sell them for dollars.
Yeah.
So it's
That makes
a
sense.
incredible way to make
and it
some
is
revenue back.
If you ever want to see insanity, go to Comic-Con
Mm.
on a Saturday and go to the Disney booth where they're giving away the pins, the comic exclusive pins.
And then you see the dudes with like 5 billion pins on their hat, like and on their vests and on their arms, and it's like, yeah.
I have
Yeah.
one that I like. It's not even a pin; it's a button that I got out of a thing from PAX last year, and it just says Super Evil Megacorp on it. And it's like, all right, I will keep that. That's neat. And that's the I think I have Hunter's pin somewhere.
I was just gonna say, if you guys don't like pins, that's okay. I'll just keep your hunter pins when you reach that.
Can I
height.
have a
I got
hunter
one
pin?
already.
I haven't. I'm gonna earn mine.
I'll take it back.
Yep.
I'm gonna earn my hunter
It's just
pin
one of those
after.
things that I'm just like I know it's part of the culture and everything, but it's not a part of the culture that I get into. It just doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
It bugs me because it sits on my completionist thing. It's like, oh, we have pins to collect. It's like, I got to get them.
Yeah.
And then I get home and they never get opened up. They're still sitting in a pile on my bookshelf from last year, and I don't do anything with them.
But that's the thing. That's what makes the pins are so devious. Because like HB Fox says, man, you can make them for pennies, sell them for dollars, typically $15, and you gotta collect them all. I need all of the pins. Don't you understand? I need the set.
I do have to whore myself out a little bit here and say we didn't produce our pins for pennies. We paid dollars for ours.
But yours, the quality of yours.
Yeah, yours is top quality.
Yeah, I'm waiting for mine. The only pins I've got are a couple of Loot Crate ones, and then these really, really nice. And I wear them whenever I wear a dress thing. I always have one in some
Whenever
major
you wear a
conversations.
dress.
Yes.
Yeah, like when I dress down, like suit tie, the whole thing.
Oh,
Um,
that kind of dress. Damn.
Yeah, not the kind Rojan wears. Come on, man. Fuck. No,
Hey, my dresses are fucking glorious. Thank
they
you.
are. You are the prettiest goddamn DM. No, dude. The Vigors, the little emblems of the Vigors from BioShock Infinite, like the Murder of Crows and all those other stuff. I got like those emblems are these really nice brass pins that look dope.
Right on. I would like those as like cufflings maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know that I'd ever wear them as like a lapel pin, but like some cufflings like that would be pretty cool.
Right.
So yeah, TwitchCon is this week. So you guys that tune in for our shows on a regular basis, A, thank you. You're awesome. B, no RPG mixtape this week. Because people are traveling for TwitchCon. No Blood Moon Adventures next week. Because TwitchCon. And no office hours, which I've been really bad about doing anyway, next week because of TwitchCon. So the next show after this show will be, we've got
Tuesday.
Gibbering Mouthers Tuesday,
Yeah.
and then nothing
They-
for a
they-
week.
They don't get off that easy.
Yeah. So that's kind of our schedule for this week. I'm sure you'll see a lot of streamers that are like, "Hey, I'm not streaming this weekend because I'm in Long Beach because TwitchCon." So that's probably a thing all week around Twitch, which will be fine. We'll actually get to see people, and it'll be fun. Let's see. Spooner, what'd you get up to this week? That's
Oh,
where we
man.
originally started at.
Yeah. This week has been a week, dude. This has been like, I'll be honest, I'm not at HB Fox levels of freaking the hell out about TwitchCon, but I'm like just underneath. I'm half a tier beneath that as far as freaking out over TwitchCon. But other than that, it's been good. Been trying to beat Battle Chasers because I want to be done because I'm running out of time to stream it.
No.
And it's like we're like at the what I assume is the end, unless there's like a whole new act that opens up. So that's kind of exciting. Kids are good. Mom's doing okay. Life's going well. My wife basically suckered me into dyeing my hair yesterday, so this is a thing. And yeah, that's it.
Right on. I saw that and I really wanted to I've had this urge this weekend to do it anyway. But I saw her hair and your hair. I was like, you know what I should do is just shave my head back into a mohawk and dye it purple.
Do it.
If I didn't get home from TwitchCon and immediately have to go do something for work that requires me to look professional, I probably would. But like I get home from TwitchCon, I'm home for a day, and then I have to go travel and go do training for work. So I think they'd probably be a little upset about it.
Because of the mohawk or because of the color?
Yes.
Yes.
Both.
Yeah.
Well, can you like not do the mohawk and just do the color?
I mean, my hair's basically a mohawk anyway. It's just kind of a long mohawk at this point.
Right, that's flooped over to the side
yeah.
to make it, not, it's not erect. It's like Free Willy, right? You know what I'm saying?
It's like the afterglow instead of the actual event.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Erect, it's Free Willy.
I gotta go pull dinner out of the oven. I will be right back. Rojan, how was your week?
It was a week. Did a couple more, bit more murder hoboing with Divinity. Almost killed some people on Tuesday. HB Fox and his crew almost got wiped by a couple monsters and very devious trap that I set for them.
That corpse mount was a good fight, though.
Yeah, you guys can thank Alicorn for that one.
I feel like most of the big, bad, angry monsters we've had to fight in that game have been her fault in the last couple weeks.
Hers and Imps, yeah. You fought the Void Dragon, the Corpse Mound, and the Beholder. That was
I'm
all
even
from
going
the
to blame her
donations.
for Imps one as well. So,
and then what else did we
Sorry,
do?
back. I had to steal a kiss. I'm good now.
Almost killed, not almost killed, but tormented my Sunday morning D&D group this morning with a new plot hook. And started Mad Max and Battle Chasers yesterday.
Dude.
I got to the Treasure Elemental.
Yeah.
I saw that. And I'm like, it's the rich man's mimic.
We found a beholder.
I saw that.
And I
saw that.
I asked Roller. Roller popped in, and then like he went quiet, and I was like, Roller, I gotta show the guys what this thing is. It looks
he clipped it to me. He clipped it and then sent it to me in a DM.
Dude, the design looks so sick.
I'll put it this way.
Really good.
I judged the Beholder. I paused it right as it popped up, and I counted how many eye stalks it had.
Is there like a legit? There's supposed to be a certain
exactly 10.
Okay, did it?
There was exactly 10.
Okay, so they did their homework basically.
Oro's really, really good coincidence.
I don't know, man. They've been kind of like nailing it with the references. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Like I'm really enjoying Battle Chasers.
I thought that fight in particular was a little bit simple because the way you guys are talking about beholders in D&D, I'm like, oh shit, it's over. It's over. We got to fight a beholder. But that wasn't too tough.
Yeah. Beholders in D&D, the DM has to roll to see what eye laser they cast.
Really?
Yeah. It shoots a random eye laser at a person.
Interesting. I'm really
that way you don't have evil people who just keep using disintegration ray on everyone.
Right. That's probably, now that I know that makes sense because he would just do this eye attack and it was bad, but not like, oh God, bad,
Mm-hmm.
But he just kept doing that one thing. And I cannot imagine that he only has that one attack. So maybe I got spared, which is cool.
It's like anytime I have a beholder in play, I always get sad if I roll a 1 to 4 because they're not
like tickle beam.
They're like the fear beam and the sleep beam and stuff like that. And it makes me sad.
Oh, the debuff beam.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, so I get to put somebody to sleep. I want to see the innervating ray. I want to see the disintegration ray. I want to see the mind control. I don't want to see this. Oh, I put you to sleep.
I had a nap time ray.
Yeah. Granted, nap time ray is great for getting a tax opportunity on people. Oh, and while Imp is away, I've been talking to him about starting a Friday game.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more.
I am in the process of it right now. It's more than likely going to be a high seas / Waterworld style game where it's
late night or regular time.
It's going to be probably like 6:30ish. It's still the same start time as like the other ones.
I'm back.
That's what I'm thinking. But I've been having an itch to do more D&D. So I've got that one, and then I've got another one that's gonna be one that I really have to hash out, just because of what I want to do with it, to where there's no class limits or anything like that. So you
Welcome
can have
back, fearless leader.
so you guys can be wielding a two-handed sword, but at the same time, if you meet the qualifications, chuck a fireball at people.
I like where this is going.
Like very Divinity Original Sin, like 1 and 2 style thing.
All right, I am back. So I just gonna jump in. Where did we leave off last week? Who wants to give us a rundown of what happened last week?
I was tickling or mocking and being real cool with the Minotaur guy. And then I passed the charisma check, and he was all like, "Aren't you adorable?" And then you ended it on that freaking cliffhanger, you monster. What's wrong with you?
That's the cliffhanger?
I mean,
Yeah, I didn't die, but what happens next? Find out next time
That's
on
right.
Dragon Ball Spoon.
on Dragon Ball Z. And this
Dragon
episode,
Ball Spoon.
we're just going to talk and yell at each other for a whole episode, and nothing's going to actually happen. So you guys are at the Merchant Prince's villa. This is the Merchant Prince who told you that he deals in information. And I will have his name as soon as I remember to actually pick the book up, and not the Curse of Strahd book, because that's a completely different adventure.
Stroud.
That I still really enjoy. That's still one of my favorite adventures.
I like that name, dude. Jeez. Strong.
Wakanga. There we go. Wakanga. At his villa. And look, we even have a very pretty map for you guys. Where you should be able to see yourselves kind of down here in this area.
Oh, wait a minute. When there's a map like this, it usually means fights.
It's all dark.
It's all
Oh,
dark.
that's because, no, you got to
Go
move down a little
to
bit.
The bottom, bruh.
Pan down and to the right a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I forgot that I can actually center you guys your maps on your tokens. So that's awesome.
Look how little health I have. This is so sad.
I don't know what happened.
Aw.
How did that happen?
We didn't rest.
No, we rested, and then we got attacked by 12 zombies.
I hate when that happens.
And I was the worst cleric ever, because I forgot I can turn them.
Well, you didn't so much as turn them as disintegrate them.
Yeah,
I
kind of blew him up.
I turned them into ash.
I turn undead into.
How does actually? That's a good question. How does Lexus feel about the fact that turn
He's
undead?
concerned.
Okay.
This has like officially spooked him, because he knows exactly what's supposed to happen with turn undead, and this was like more destroy undead.
Okay. But you guys are standing out, and do I have tokens for? Let me see if I actually have these.
For the Minotaurs?
Yeah, I do. Let me throw them.
I think
in.
I was next to one, and I was
Tickling him.
I kept saying moo at him because I didn't
Yeah.
know what he was, and he was very amused by me at the at him or her. I mean, we don't judge. It's all good.
At the Minotaur.
What do you call a female Minotaur?
Minotaur.
A Minotaur? I think you just call them female Minotaurs. So this is where you guys are at. You're in this
Heifertar.
kind of this garden waiting area of the villa. And you've got these two Minotaurs that are standing guard over you. The guards that escorted you in through the villa have gone to fetch. I don't know if fetch isn't the right word. Gone to let the merchant prince know that you've arrived. So do I have?
Typically, I would at this point kind of get all curious, but I already got all curious with the Minotaur, and I know I haven't been healed, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna not
Okay.
do what I would normally do.
Okay. And you guys, what time? I'm trying to think of what time it was when you arrived. I believe it was like early afternoon,
It was early morning.
early morning. Okay.
Like
Yeah,
just
because
before- just
we
before-
woke up we woke up early in the morning to take on the undead, and then right after we did that, we headed out to the villa.
So like brunch time.
Okay. So, as you guys are waiting, and you've probably been there about 20 minutes already, a servant girl comes out with a plate of cheeses and grapes and glasses of wine and offers them to you guys as you're waiting. And she says, please, it's I'm trying to think of the right phrasing for this.
Customary.
Not customary. The Lord of the Manor would prefer that you ate, and we're not hungry. And she's walking around offering you guys this cheese and grapes and wine.
I hurriedly I hurriedly accept are we talking like just like a glass of wine?
Yeah.
Or are we talking like, okay. I will take the glass of wine and as much cheese as I can respectfully get away with.
I'm glad you clarified that, because when you said it, I just saw Fives going like just shoving shit in his mouth, like right off the tray.
No, like, okay.
Like a shovel.
Real talk. Like
No.
Fives is the dude he's an effing hero. He's the first one to get up for seconds at the buffet and like take all the food, like the grandma that puts it in her purse for like later. Like I'm just taking like these 20 sandwiches and putting them in a bag and just getting
So
more.
what you're saying is Fives should never have a bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is Fives
bag
needs
of,
a bag of holding.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
gonna be a bag of like finger sandwiches and cheese and food.
So you guys know, and I don't remember if I actually clarified this when we were doing character creation. You all have bags of holding for
Woohoo!
gear to store in,
Okay.
not to be used for other things. It's
Jeez.
mainly so that I don't have to deal with you being encumbered. If you decide that you want to put something else in it, like a person, it may tear and you may lose everything that was in it. That's a thing that happens. So, if you want to put something else in it, I'm not going to stop you, but there will be consequences.
Phrasing.
I mean, if she wants to put something else in it, that's completely up to her. We don't shame.
Want to put a people in it.
I mean, people, carrots, anyway.
Damn, girl, relax, deep breaths. Please.
I'm
Right.
just being a minotaur.
Lexus is going to take will take a glass of wine and, some cheese and some grapes and thank the servant girl. Like keeping an eye on Fives to see if he like at least minds his manners while going for the food.
Tiger of the Gale, thank you for the bits. Yeah.
So nice. We love Tiger.
What about Crest and Javaria?
Crest is gonna take some grapes and a glass of wine and give the lady a polite bow.
That's redundant.
And he's going to you can give a very aggressive bow. He's gonna kind of wander around the courtroom or courtyard area, just kind of looking at everything.
Okay. What about Javaria?
I'm kind of like, picking through, looking for the meaty bits. 'Cause,
On cheese and grapes.
yeah, like the nice big fat crackers.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Okay.
I don't think there's any meat in cheese and grapes.
Where's the steak?
No, like
Why?
she's
It's supposed to
looking
put
for the
this-
big fat grapes. He's just like, yes, I can choke on this one. Yeah.
I'm moving right along. So when you guys got there at first, what are you guys wearing? Are you still wearing kind of your adventuring armor, or are you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't wear armor anyway, so I just kind
think-
of always
I think-
look like I'm in casual
I
clothes.
think we would be in our battle gear, seeing as how we just fought a bunch of undead.
Okay. So when you guys got there, it was actually a pretty cool early morning temperature. And as you've been waiting and as you've been kind of a couple of hours have gone by now at this point, and the temperature of the day has risen considerably. To the point where you're like starting to get humid and uncomfortable in your armor.
Ugh.
Is this even with the clothing that Sharkbait gave me?
No, so if you're wearing that, you're probably a little bit more comfortable.
Like when she offered that she would give me clothing and whatnot to make it less of an annoyance, I greatly accepted that.
Okay. But yeah, so the temperature for the day has started to rise. And the servant girl has gone back into the house and come back out a couple more times with glasses of water this time instead of the wine. You haven't seen any other plates of food or anything. And it's getting to be about noon. And then you see the two minotaurs kind of step to the sides of the door, and the doors open into the villa as Wakanga steps out. And he has his hands folded and looking at each of you, and he says, "I apologize for the wait. I am have appointments daily, and it's not often that I can find time for people to drop by. But I'm so glad that you have been patient with me and stick around." And he kind of offers to bring you guys kind of into the house.
Okay, we are inside the house.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, cool.
And he walks you through a couple of rooms, showing off various spell books and different kind of magical items and artifacts that he's collected as he's walking you through the house. And he eventually walks you over to, let me make sure I'm describing this correctly. It's essentially like a public bath, basically, in his house. It's like a public bath and sauna. So it's got 3 big tubs of water and big long benches that kind of circle the room. And it's got, I'll actually move your tokens so you guys can see it.
Where do we go? Oh.
And it's got like a curtain drawn, and behind it is another big bath of water. And he says, "Please make yourselves comfortable while we talk."
I choose to immediately strip down and get inside the bath.
All right.
Right behind him.
Because it is very, very hot, and I have swamp butt because I'm a bird. But I still keep on my weird monkish G-string thong thing.
I
Diaper.
have fur,
The monk
I'm
diaper.
fine.
The monk diaper, yeah. Because unlike, don't ask me how I know this, but Kenku don't have the whole cloaca thing. Like, they are actually packing.
How do you know what? Never mind. Don't want to
Yeah,
know.
I don't want to know. I'm eating these pork nachos, man.
Oh, I thought you said I looked it up.
He's like, don't worry, I'm fine. I'm covered in fur. You can't see anything anyway.
Oh wait, why do cats need nipples? I'm sorry. Continue on with the conversation.
Because
Live
offspring.
birth
Well,
and offspring.
If this is like the custom of his people, I'm going to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, he even shoves off the robe that he's wearing, and he's got like a sarong on. I'm sure I pronounced that incorrectly, but it's like a skirt, basically like a light material skirt. And he just takes a seat on one of the benches. And he kind of leans forward with his elbows on his knees, and he temples his fingers, and he says, "So, information is always of interest to me. What brings you to our land?"
The death curse.
Dead curse.
And he kind of raises an eyebrow, and he says, "So that has reached the mainland, then?" We
Sadly,
were
yes.
unsure if it was just Chult that had been affected, or if all of Faerun was affected.
Well, from where we've been, it's been everywhere we have.
He nods and he says, and you believe the source is here in Port Naranzayu?
Well, we're kind of. It's such a mean word to say in this case. But
Conscripted.
thank you. I was going to say Shanghai, but yes. One night in a bar after celebration of coming ashore after a successful voyage, only to find ourselves on another boat heading to Chult when we woke up. But then we were informed as to why we were. I look over to Javaria, conscripted, and we were told of the plight of the people here, and that the source of the death curse could be found here, and there may be a way to stop it.
And he gives you kind of nods, following along through the story. And he says, well, I have had my people search through Port Nanzayu from peak to sewer, and have found nothing that would cause anything like this to happen. So, I believe that the source of the curse lies somewhere deeper into Chult. I myself have not gone looking for it, as I have matters to attend to here, and he kind of gestures to the room. And he says, but I am happy to provide service if you are going in search of this curse.
That is
What's the price?
our look. So I look over at Fives.
Just Fives like puts his head up. I'm like splashing water. Stop. What price? And then go back to splashing.
He says, for the good of Faerun and all who inhabit it.
That's a good enough price.
I make a snorting kind of like motion sound.
Kind of cup my hands and just like, you know, the little, just squirt water at Five. Shut up!
That the good of Faerun is all we can hope for.
He says, I do know of people who go exploring deeper into the jungles of Chult as guides, and may be able to point you to a DM forgetting the word, reputable guide. I also, with knowledge comes magic and artifacts and things along that line, and would be willing to part with some of those, although those would cost you a little bit more than just for the good of Faerun.
I repeat the exact same thing I said before. And this time I splash Shivari in the face.
So he's just saying, what price again?
Mm-hmm.
He smiles. He says, not a man of many words, but it would depend on what catches your eye.
Does this guy know that I'm a bird? Does he not understand everything will catch my eye? Okay. Anybody else have anything to add?
Jafari is about to drown a bird.
Lexus, I look over at Crest to see exactly what he's doing, because he's been silent this entire time.
He has. He's been listening intently, but he's more or less just been sitting kind of in the water, sort of playing with the water, using his magic to make spheres of water and tossing them around and stuff like that. But he noticeably perked up anytime magic was mentioned.
Okay. So he looks around the room. He says, fantastic. Finish your baths. Relax. And when you're ready, I will show you to my storehouse of items. And you are welcome to peruse it. And I can give you the name of a guide into Chult who will be happy to walk you through the paths that they know.
His boudoir. I'm going to continue bathing, at which point I'm going to take out the jar of funk that I currently have.
No!
And I'm going to see what happens if I, put it in the water. Not a lot, just like...
So you uncork it and the stench, and he just immediately goes, oof, save that for outside.
Put it back in the thing.
He says that potion or that concoction has many uses, but none of them will do you any good in a bath.
What uses do they have?
The depths of Chult hold insects that spread disease and plagues. Being at Sister Mary's mission, you've probably seen some of the effects of these. That concoction will keep those insects far away, along with anything with a nose.
You're welcome, everybody. I just discovered what the hell the funk is, and it's mine.
I knew what it was. I was letting you hold it.
I covet my funk. It's my jar.
And
Bury your beak in it.
I make a comment of, that is good because I was wondering how we were going to avoid contracting the red fever or the creeping black once we go into the jungles.
He nods and he says, that jar should last you a fortnight.
I thank him for his hospitality. And I think as the rest of my group, I'm going to finish my bath and then prepare to meet him at his storehouse.
Okay. Is there anything else or anything anybody else wanted to do in the baths? Like discuss anything amongst yourselves? Because he's going to take his leave. He says, and when you're done, come out and we will go through what I have in store for you.
How long have we been in the bath, by the way?
20 minutes.
Damn. Okay.
Not long enough to be shriveled.
No, I just want to take a rest. Just a short one.
No, I mean, if you spend another, I guess it's another 40 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, "Ugh." I kind of wanted to regain health, key. Okay, in that case, I do have one more thing I want to do. I want to ask, I pop out, shake everything off, and hobble over to Alexis, still, damn near stark, raving naked, and point at his medallion, his little Lysander thingy, and I say heal.
That is one source of my power, yes.
Heal.
Oh, you need to be healed. Sorry, the heat's getting to me. I think I can do that.
Can you do that outside of combat? Like, not
Yes,
to
I
break
can.
too
Yes,
much. I
I
just
can.
don't know the rules.
I can do that out of combat.
Okay.
Lexus just places his hand on Fives' forehead, and I'll use Cure Wounds on him.
Sweet. I know that this would be a very good thing to do. Neat. No, not 201. There you go.
Jesus.
Damn. I'm
Invincible.
a powerful cleric.
All right, I'm good.
All right. Show you a trick spinner when you're doing health like that. If you click on your token, you should get 2 orbs that pop up with numbers in them.
Uh-huh.
The green one's your health. If you just put click it and then type +9, it'll do it automatically for you.
Dude.
So that'll make it easier.
That's legit. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. All right. Anybody else doing anything in the baths?
I don't think so, but one thing that Crest is going to do is he's going to follow Lex out, but right before he leaves, after Javaria and Fives get out and dry themselves off, he's going to just kind of sweep his fingers from the bath to the two of them and use magic to splash them both with water again, and then continue leaving.
See,
You
Crest
do it
does
so-
play along. He's in.
You do it behind. Why do I feel like Lexus is just like the dad of this group,
I mean,
More like the narc, but yeah, that too.
the narc? Oh, Dad's not looking. Time to cause trouble.
okay. So you guys get out and go meet up with Wakanga. And he's outside kind of talking business with a guard or with somebody in the villa, and dismisses them as you guys begin to exit the room. And he smiles and looks at you and he says, feeling better? And you know what? We can go ahead and do the effects of a short rest. That's fine. This is the first time you guys have actually gotten here and somewhere to actually relax on purpose. So go ahead and take the effects of a short rest.
Let's see. Short rest doesn't restore HP, does it?
A hit die.
A hit dice, yeah. So Javaria and Fives can regain a hit dice from it.
Right. Where the hell is hit dice again?
You're a
So,
monk, so it's a D8.
there
So
you go.
roll 1d8.
So I technically didn't have to heal 5s. He could have just
Wait,
used that
why does it say total of 3? That's fucking weird.
because you have 3 hit dice in order to use.
Right. So what you're going to do is you're going to. So Roja, maybe I'm misunderstanding this. You roll a hit dice, and then that's the amount of hit points you get back. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Is it plus your con
plus your con
modifier?
modifier. Yeah, plus your con modifier. And then that your hit dice pool goes down by 1, and it doesn't. You don't get regain them until full rest.
Okay.
Look here.
Nice
okay,
roll.
so
Yeah.
I kind of, yeah,
You get all. So you get 10 of yours back. And
I got all of mine back.
Max gets 2 plus whatever con modifier is.
1.
So 3. All right.
And then as far as key,
And then yeah, the key for the
Okay.
monk comes back as well.
yeah, you finish a short and long rest at which you draw all of your experience key back in myself. Yeah. Back to 3.
All right, and so he walks you guys down the hall in the villa, between kind of this grand kind of spiral staircase that goes up to the second floor, and into a room that he's got. So like, there's a large green rug kind of down the middle of the room, and there's sitting pillows thrown around the rug, and then there are bookcases and like stands that he has things displayed on. Through the windows out, you can see kind of the courtyard that you guys were in earlier. And he says, please take a look around. If anything catches your eye, let me know and we can discuss a price. And most of the things that are there are potions and spell scrolls. There's a tattered, damaged, waterlogged book that at one point looks like it was probably something that somebody kept very good care of. And then there are a couple of swords and they're crossbows.
Is there anything else that we can see easily?
No, not in the room.
I would like to peruse the spell scrolls, see if there's anything I could, maybe copy down into my spell book.
Yep. And I was going to peruse the potions.
Okay. Potions are... There's a common and an uncommon potion. It doesn't actually tell me what they do. It just says it's a common and an uncommon potion. So I need to figure out what the hell an uncommon D&D potion is.
Potion of Wish.
No.
I wish there was no spell or death plague.
Now everybody lives forever and is bored all the time. Good job.
Well, I was going to say the solution to that
There we
is
go.
just kill everybody, so it's not
Yeah.
affecting everyone
Or
anymore.
everybody's dead. Yeah. Okay. So you're looking at the potions version. We're going to do that first.
Okay.
Rolling on Twitch isn't going to do anybody any good.
What else was there, guys? Do you remember those potions, spellbook? Damn!
Oh,
All right. So
that 20 makes me worry that that's the first roll he gets tonight.
No, that's good. Get it out of the system.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You don't want the DM to botch.
So what is there? There was potions, scroll books, crossbows, swords.
And a waterlogged book.
And a waterlogged book. Yep.
I want to look at the book.
Okay.
Sorry, just I can't raise my hand. You guys ain't on the other side of the camera. It's weird.
Okay. Rojan, do you have... Well, I guess he will probably come up, seeing you peruse the potions. When you get to one that catches your eye, it's this like dull silvery kind of gunmetal liquid color.
Okay.
And when he comes up, he says, "Oh yes, that's a very helpful potion. One of the adventurers that were coming through traded it to me for a bit of information. He said, according to the adventurer, your body becomes solid and heavy, and things just tend to bounce off of you for a bit."
Solid and heavy as in stone or as in metal?
As in metal.
Ooh.
And And like as you guys are eyeballing, he's just kind of walking around, and when something catches your eye, he comes up to you and kind of gives you bits of information about whatever you're looking at. As far as that book, Spooner, he says someone drug that out of the jungle with them about 15 years ago. I'm not sure. It's of no value to me because I haven't taken the time to look through it. It just kind of caught my eye and seemed to belong here. If you would like to take it up and see where it leads, though, as a part of your quest, then I'd be happy to reward you if you can find answers from it.
Okay, I agree. I'll take it.
Okay. He'll give you the book. He's just like, if you can't find anything from it, bring it back to me, so that another adventure maybe can.
Okay. Can I open the book and look at it? Look
Yeah.
inside?
So it's a water damaged explorer's journal. It describes the explorations of various places in Chult, but not in enough detail to give you like landmarks on a map. It does make mention of a traveling companion named Vorn.
Named Vorn?
Vorn, yep.
I should write that down.
He does, if you guys, he looks around and says, if you have a map of Chult, I can point out where it was found.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. And I will mark, I have to actually look at, and during the break I'll figure out where it is, but I'll mark it on the actual map that you guys have.
Okay.
And in the journal is a picture of a amulet.
Picture of an amulet. What's it look like?
It is an amulet, and it's a round and dull kind of gold, and then emblazoned on it is a silver like kite shield.
Okay, cool. Okay. Excuse me.
All right. What about Crest or Javaria? What are you guys looking at?
Crest is looking through the spell scrolls and stuff.
Okay.
If there's any that he can copy down into his spell book with permission, of course.
He nods and says you can, but it will cost you just as much as it would if I were to sell you the scroll.
Well, naturally, of course.
So there, all the spells are like spell level 1 or 2.
Which is right up my alley right now. So
he says the first level spells, he indicates to those, he's got them sorted off to the side. He says those will cost you 100 gold, whereas the second level spells will cost you 550.
would you be willing to barter in information?
Depends on the information that you have.
So I'm going to rummage around in my bag for a moment and pull out a very thick and worn tome that has wrinkled pages and like loose leaf sticking out from it and all that stuff. And I'm gonna just kind of plop it down on a flat surface somewhere and open it up. And inside are drawings and notes of maps and trade routes and paths and stuff of basically everywhere that Crest has been up to this point.
Does Crest keep any of his spells in that same book as well?
Not in that book, no.
Okay.
His spells are in a locked book that he keeps.
So he's kind of watching over your shoulder. You want high or low? I'll
High.
figure out if anything catches his eye. High? Okay.
Survey says.
Oh,
So looking through it, he just kind of shakes his head. He says, unfortunately, because most of my dealings are here in Chult and Portnar and Zayu, there's not a lot you can tell me about the area that I don't already know.
I walk over. Can I sidle on over to Crest and politely imply how much money he has? Like, look at his money purse, kind of poke it, peck at it, and be like, "How much?"
How much Crest has?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even have enough for a first level spell on me. So information bartering is my only chance at the moment.
Well, if I had 50, I could have loaned him.
Is there any specific type of information that you're more interested in that I may have in my tomes?
Is Crest's spellbook on him? Like, is it hanging from like a belt loop or something?
It is, yeah.
Okay. He like nods to the spellbook and he says, "A spell for a spell."
Deep breath, dude.
I suppose, depending on what your selection is.
Okay. What? Because this is just one of those questions that, like, what spells are you looking for? And I can tell you if he has it or not.
Specifically, I would be looking for the Misty Step level 2 spell.
That's
Excuse me.
actually a really good spell. What's your charisma?
Oh, geez.
Or actually, what's your charisma modifier?
Oh, geez, Rick.
0.
0. Okay. He doesn't. He doesn't have it.
Damn. All right, well, can't win them all. I'll shrug and thank him anyway. And just kind of continue on.
Okay. And what about Javaria? Is she looking at anything here?
Looking mainly through his trinkets, bits and bobs, statuary, seeing if anything fits her list of what she was supposed to bring home.
Okay.
Because no telling where it ended up.
Timbuktu.
Aren't we there?
No,
Tell you
we're
what,
in.
give me, because I know that there's something I'm looking for. I just need to go find it real quick, because I need a couple things out of it, and we need to do our first break for the night. So, you folks that are watching, thanks for hanging out with us as we get into some good old D&D. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up our dealings with Wakanda and kind of go from there. So hang out, and we will be back shortly.
Excuse me.
All right, we are back. Welcome back, everybody.
What's up, everybody? We're back.
All right,
He did it.
I found the thing that I was looking for.
What are
So
you looking for?
you'll find out. So Mags, you're kind of perusing this curio cabinet that he has, and it's got little items set up on shelves, and none of them are very big. But the cabinet itself is locked. Like you try to go to open it, and it doesn't open. And he walks over to you and he says, "See anything that catches your eye, ma'am?"
I don't know, do I? I'm asking you as the DM.
Roll percent.
So there's a lot of things in the curio cabinet that are just set off to the side, and none of them look like they belong together. Like, there's an herb pot, there's a vase, there's a brooch, there's a pea-sized piece of crystal, there's a book in there, there's a sun sphere, there's a rose, just kind of all of these different items. There's a pair of sewing glasses, or excuse me, a pair of glasses and a sewing needle. There's a glowing rod. Yeah. So there's all these little kind of bits and pieces.
I just kind of slowly turn to Liz. Do you even know what half of these do?
He nods.
Fair enough.
He says, "I know what each and every one of them do. It is my job to know these things."
Nope, not that one.
I'm actually curious, and I'm probably going to regret this. I'm curious about the sewing needle.
He nods, and he pulls out a key from like a length of chain around his neck, and he unlocks the curio cabinet. And he takes the needle out. And then he turns to you, and he's got a knife or like a dagger in his hand that he's drawn, and like gestures towards your sleeve, and he says, "May I?"
I hold out my my arm like, you stab me with that, and I'm gonna gut you with these. Kind of look on my face. I don't say that, but there's a distinct look.
He gives you a very understanding nod. And he
My
just
attention is peaked.
cuts like a 2-inch slit in the like cuff of your sleeve, and then he sheaths the dagger in a sheath on his back, and he takes the needle and like without any thread kind of hems it through the cut like he was going to sew it up, and then once he pulls it through, he just lets it go, and instead of the needle dropping to the floor, it begins to go back and forth over the slit in your sleeve, sewing it back shut.
That was cool.
So I just kind of look and was like, do you think it'll do that with wounds?
I've never tried.
It's one way to find out.
Oh, fives!
What? What?
Come here.
No.
No.
I shake my jar at her.
And I kind of motion to the needle. It's like, magic shiny.
Trade?
Maybe. Come here. If I have to roll a charisma, I will do it. Get over here.
Okay.
So I think Crest is going to kind of come up behind Fives and put his arm around his shoulders just to kind of keep him from running away.
Okay.
And I extend one of the claws on my my index paw, and I just do a real quick down his forearm. Not like super gash deep, but it's pretty deep. Like, okay.
I instinctively bap her on the nose. And like pull it back. And kind of like, scrah! You know?
I think at this time, like Lexus is gonna look over, like just like slowly look over at them just to see what they're doing.
And if worse comes to worse, we have him. And I just point over at Lex.
Wait, you have me for what?
Yes.
I don't
And
want to know.
And I look over at our gracious host and motion towards his arm. Just to see if it'll do the thing.
So he looks at Fives and just kind of raises an eyebrow. Like,
Am I sitting there bleeding?
yeah,
Oh my
basically
God.
like looking for permission to like go ahead and try to sew him up.
Mm.
Feeks.
And he shrugs. And he punches the needle, or not punches, but pushes the needle through the first time, and it's excruciating. Like, it hurts worse than the cut did. And every time the needle passes back and forth, it hurts more and more and more. But it does sew you up.
I don't even know how to react. I don't even know how to react.
I think Javaria just lost brownie points with Fives for a little while.
I don't even hobble. I downright like sprint hop over to Lexus and like show him this and point at Cat.
Do I see anything on his arm?
No.
I'm like, what? Fives? I don't see anything.
I look back down at it. It's all gone, but it hurts. But I kind of like tuck it back in, tuck my arms back into my sleeve.
Like,
Kind of like
no.
have my arm. I do one of these, and then just kind of like go off into the corner with my book, my waterlogged, wet, stupid book about Vorn.
So
Look at it.
Wakanga turns back to the curio and he puts the needle back. And he takes the book out and closes and locks the curio, and he walks over to Crest. And he says, sorry that I didn't have any spells to offer you, but I may have something that you will appreciate more. And he sets the book down on the rug and gestures for Crest to set his notes down beside it.
I think a little weary of losing his life's work, he's going to pull out one of his empty tomes and set it down.
He shrugs and he says, "Can you write something into that one?"
Yeah. I think what Crest is going to do is he's going to write a brief but detailed description of what just happened with that needle.
And Wakanga takes the book that he pulled from the curio cabinet and he sets it on top of the one that Crest wrote in. And the words that Crest wrote in his notebook appear in the book from the curio cabinet.
That book's gonna put me out of business.
And he says, "This will work with any document and any book that you place it on."
I kind of look over the shoulders like Kanku book. Go back to looking at mine.
Yeah, there's
You've
there's
certainly-
a foreign word down the spine of the book. It says Xerox.
I just posted that in chat.
Yeah, I saw it.
Well, you've certainly got my attention.
He says, "I will trade you this for a copy of one of your spells from your book."
A copy of a spell I can do.
DM should probably look at your spell book and figure out which one this guy wants.
Why am I a damn turkey? Y'all can kiss my ass.
He will copy out Chromatic Orb from your book.
Okay, that seems like a fair trade. I'll kind of watch him copy it down to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes. He's got it all word for word.
And he rolls it up and puts it on the shelf with the rest of the level 1 spell scrolls that he has.
And I will, in turn, take that foreign Xerox book.
Right. And he turns back to Javaria, who I'm assuming is still probably perusing that cabinet, and asks her, "Did anything else catch your eye, or did you appreciate the work that the needle did?"
I don't appreciate the amount of pain it caused. I can.
Pain.
You hush back there. I'm just kind of like standing. Oh, I don't need to stand on my toes. I'm taller than anybody else here. Never mind. I kind of pointed the glasses. I want to find something useful.
So they're these glasses. They're wire rimmed and they look like sunglasses. Basically, the lenses on them are super dark. But when you put them on, everything in the room gets so much brighter. If you think of like essentially having night vision in a very brightly lit room.
Mine don't work that way.
Hold on, let me see if mine do. Give me a second.
You are all terrible people.
All right.
Yeah.
No, it's about the same.
Well, because Javaria is a cat and B has really good night vision, she's gonna reel back. And just like, nope, I'm done. We're good.
He nods. And he kind of furrows his brow and frowns for a moment, putting the glasses back. And he grabs something out of the curio cabinet, and it's wrapped in like parchment paper, basically, and tied off with like a bow, almost like what a butcher would do. And he brings it out, and immediately, like, there's this rancid smell. And he unties it and unwraps it, and it's this hunk of like, looking at it, it's some sort of mound of flesh. And he says, "This isn't very appetizing, but it may save your life. You can carve from it, and there will always be more there." But it tastes terrible.
Sitting here looking at it like. Like, I don't know if I trust this. Permanently self-replicating ration piece that I don't know. Once it's carved, can we purify the meat?
He shrugs. Roll me a perception check real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Javaria would recognize this right off sight or not. Nope.
Nope.
The flesh on it is
Well,
the skin flesh part of it is this bluish green color. And he says cooking it would probably damage it. I wouldn't suggest that.
Can I walk over to it and sniff it and try to perception to see what it is?
Generally, no, because she's already done the perception roll. I'll go ahead and let you do it this time, but generally, like, if one person's tried to perceive something, it just keeps it from everybody going, hey, I'm going to check for that same trap. And we have 4 perception rolls for the same thing, and it just gets annoying.
In that case, can I just walk over and ask? I like show the jar with my one hand. The other one is still tucked away, hidden away from the evil cat. And I just like look at the jar, look at the meat, look at the jar, look at the meat. Like, what is the meat?
What's in the jar?
That's my funk jar.
Oh, okay. He says, from the adventurer that sold it to me, told me that it was troll flesh.
Trolls on Chult?
He shakes his head.
Like shakes his head no, or shakes his head like I don't know?
Shakes his head no. Anybody, actually all of you are in the room and you probably heard that. Everybody roll me intelligence checks.
I'm sorry, I had my headphones off. What did we hear?
Troll flesh.
Just troll flesh.
Intelligence check, you said?
Yep,
I apparently rolled a save instead.
that's
One sec.
fine.
That's the same thing, though, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm dumb as a post.
And I'm proficient in intelligence.
Okay, so everybody except for Fives, You know that trolls
Don't be the bird.
trolls have the ability to regenerate, and the only thing that really kind of stops them from doing that is setting them on fire, which is probably why he said cooking the meat is not a good idea. Except for Fives. Fives doesn't know that.
Okay.
He doesn't know what a troll is.
Except the ones that show up in chat rooms.
He doesn't know what meat is.
Hey, I know what meat is. It's down there.
Ay.
So are you gonna pick the thing or
No.
Shouldn't have given Mags choices.
why are we giving Mags
Never
choice?
give Mags choices.
Why did we give Mags any choice? This is we need all the loot we can get.
Okay, last thing I'm gonna go for is a little tiny pea-sized crystal because it's shiny.
What was that one? Let me find it. Hang on.
That's what I wanted to take. Attack me with a fucking needle.
Wanted to see if it could repair flesh and maybe give our healer a little bit of a break from time to time, but no, it hurts.
So
He deserves no break.
with the crystal, he pulls out a compass, and he hands you the crystal, and like gives you this kind of gesture to walk across the room. And then he begins like walking back and forth and showing Fives how the needle on the compass always points towards where the crystal is.
Okay. I look at him, I look at Crystal, and say, how much?
He scratches his chin and thinks for a minute and like kind of strokes his beard. And he says, bring me either. You can pay me 250 gold, or you bring me something out of the jungles of Chult equally as interesting.
Deal. And then I eat the crystal.
Well, if you look on the bright side, we now have a baby monitor for
That's why I
for
wanted
Fives.
it.
I was literally about to use Identify on that crystal.
Oh, you wait about 6 hours, you can still identify it.
I was gonna say the beacon's only gonna last as long as like till Fives has a bowel movement.
Well, you know, birds have a really long period between you gotta eat like rocks and shit to have a bowel movement. I'm good.
You just ate one.
It'll take a while.
I don't think I'm gonna follow Fives around waiting for him to poop so I can use Identify on it.
That's right. Rub it through my poop.
The scene from was it Gone in 60 Seconds? Following the dog around.
Yes. Follow that stupid dog.
I could always gut him. We have a healer.
Then you can use the needle to stitch him back up.
I'm gonna use
Exactly.
my flappy arm that's hidden under the
Please.
shirt.
Don't gut Fives.
I want to scraw at you again.
Tape your beak shut. It's fine.
Mm.
Oh my god.
At that point, Fives has had enough. I'm gonna walk by the door and just stand next to it.
Did he ever tell me what he wanted for the armor potion?
He probably did.
No,
So, I remember.
If I remember, all he said was, "That's what this does," and he walked away from me.
Oh, sorry. I meant to tell you. It was 300 gold pieces.
That's too rich for me.
And he says, as he's like, he kind of makes an exit or makes a move towards the exit of the room. And he says, I have another meeting lined up with some of my patrons throughout the city that I must attend. Please feel like if you need anything else before your journeys into Chult and into the jungles, let me know. I don't know that I will always be available, but I will try to make time for you. And he scribbles down a name on a piece of paper and hands it to Crest. I was trying to think of like who was the responsible one that he would hand that to. And And he says, "This is the name of a guide that I trust to lead you into the jungles of Chult." And he says, "But you can find more postings for guides on the job boards in town. There are more than one that claim to know their way around the jungle." The name that he gives you is Azaka Stormfang. Azaka, and then Stormfang is spelled how it sounds.
Does the piece of paper have the guide's location on it as well? So when we're ready to go, we can go to that spot to find the guide, or
He mentions that along with the boards, the guides are generally found within the guide guild in town.
I will give him a bow and thank him.
And then he leaves off, and as he kind of walks away, the Minotaur escorts show up at the door. And they smile and kind of give you guys nods, knowing that you guys, were not causing any trouble earlier, other than Fives' little prodding. And they kind of walk you to the door and escort you out.
Right. Again, I thank Bukaka for his hospitality before we leave. And then I just follow the guards.
Okay. Same from the rest of you, it sounds like.
I will follow behind Fives to make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble.
I follow behind Lexus because he can heal me. And I owe Wakaka a thing.
An interesting thing, yeah.
A thingy.
Can't believe you ate.
Something interesting from the jungles of Chult.
Gotcha.
Ate it. At least I'll always know where to find you, you little shit.
Until he has a little shit, you mean?
Well, that's what, You ever stuffed a turkey before?
All right.
You stay away from my orifices.
Before we kind of continue on, I'm going to take another quick break real fast just so I can actually eat something. So another little quick 5-minute break, and then we will be right back and figure out where you guys are going from there.
Okay.
So you folks watching, thanks for hanging out. Give me 5 minutes or so, and I will be right back.
Travels, proving the time you can haggle. Midnight battles, losing your mind in the saddle. Witness, hands full, knew it by heart as it was told. Sleepless and full, fool in the dark and the ice cold.
All right, I've stuffed my face, and we're back. Welcome back, everybody.
You eat very quickly.
I do.
That just makes me think that you eat like a duck.
Yeah,
No.
you don't even chew. You just kind of swallow it whole.
I mean, it honestly, like, I was in the military. It's one of those things that's just left over where I just inhale food
Yep.
because you don't have time to chew and taste your food in the military.
Yep.
So it's just one of those holdover things.
No, that's totally cool, man.
But yeah, so he has left. You guys have gotten escorted out of his villa. And where are you guys headed to next? And I need to mark something on your map while you guys are figuring out what your next steps are.
So, quick recap. Crest
A
has.
quick recap.
Crest knows.
There we go.
Crest knows where we're supposed to go because he was the one that was given direction, or was it Lexus?
It was Crest.
It was
he was
Crest.
given the paper with the
Okay.
information on it.
Yeah, Lexus was left hanging about the whole price of the potion, so he remained quiet and waiting for the guy to come back.
I thought he said it was like 250.
Yeah, I did.
He did the second time.
Okay.
On that note, did you mark my map, Ampius?
Mark your map for the
The
journal.
map of Chult.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
Right, and then I know that where my waterlogged book of Vorn, Vorn's journal was somewhere on the map of Chult, right?
Right, and that's what I'm looking to map or to mark right now on your map. I just have to
Okay.
figure out where that actually is on the map. So it may take me a minute. That's why I was asking you guys, as I'm like flipping through this, trying to find it. What are you guys' next? Where are you headed?
I think our next point of interest would be to go to the guide.
That sounds like a good idea.
Would be. However, Crest is going to wander over to that tower or house or whatever it was that was by all those little scrying pools.
Oh, the one over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the temple.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think with that, then I'll go with Crest because the last time we split up, bad things happened.
I am following along for now until something catches my eye.
At least we got a way to keep track of these, so it's fine.
Who has that compass, by the way?
I think Javaria does.
Javaria's got the compass. I'm
Hold
trying
on
like,
to that
add
thing as
everything.
tight as you possibly can.
Okay,
Now I'm
shouldn't Crest or I hold on to it because Javaria disappears as much as fives?
You know, that's a good point. Lex should probably be the one holding on to that. And if we could get a second crystal for Javaria, that would be great.
Okay. I'm gonna have to mark this later. I'm gonna remind myself
Okay.
later to mark this because I found the entry and it doesn't actually give me a thing, so I have a feeling I'm gonna have to look over the map. Oh, you know what? I was saying that, and I just found it.
Of
Good
course.
job. See, well, there you go, man.
So let me.
Sounds like how it
do
happens.
Is this a thing that it is a thing that I can copy, and then we'll move to the actual map and background so you guys can see this thing.
Okay.
Can you guys see in? Oh, I should probably move you to the map. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
That would be helpful.
So many little tiny hexes.
Can you guys see where I just pinged at?
Yeah, I need to zoom in like hella.
Not yet. Because all I see are little
In
dots
between,
floating
in
Camp
between
Vengeance.
Camp Vengeance and Camp Righteous.
It is right here.
Got it.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta zoom
That is where he marked on your map.
in.
That's where the
one
guide is at?
Yeah, that's where the book
book was found.
was found.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No, the guide. All right, so the guide is actually going to be in Port Naranzayu, not in Chult. That would kind of be ass backwards.
You have to find the guide to be guided.
Right. But we are stopping at this temple here, and I'm gonna right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Cross the
Okay.
bridge.
So this was the temple of the wizard deity, basically, which has a lot of people kind of around doing ritualistic worship things like you do. What is Crest looking for?
He's just looking for, forgive my ignorance of the wizard hierarchy here. He's looking for the head wizard man or lady.
The one
The
with the
Archmage?
biggest hat.
Yeah, the one with the biggest hat or the longest beard, that could help him with the curse on the crystal amulet jewel
Okay.
that he has tied around his neck.
Okay. So you walk into the main kind of building, and you see, and it resembles a library as much as it resembles a temple. The walls are lined with bookshelves and books just stacked floor to ceiling. There are piles of books stacked on top of books, on top of books, on top of books everywhere. And moving through the temple is just about as tricky as you would move through like a mage's library. It's just books everywhere, and Crest is probably used to this. He probably has a study somewhere that looks very similar to this.
Mm-hmm.
But as you enter, a chest moves in front of you. And you look down and you can see that this chest is open, the top is open, and it's got gold coins piled in it, and sticking out from under the bottom of the chest are feet.
Like feet?
Like feet.
Like
Wait,
people
like-
feet.
Yes.
The chest is walking,
It is.
or somebody's carrying it.
Nope, it's walking.
I move very close to the chest and like.
Well,
whine.
it's blocking your way at this point.
Well, okay. Can I walk around it? Can
I
just
instinctively
transfer
grab. I instinctively
You
grab the
wander off,
mace,
though?
I'm gonna
seeing a mimic in front of Crest.
turn around and I'm just gonna hold my hands out to the rest of the party and just be like, just this is normal for a place like this.
Mimics are normal.
For wizards, yes.
I want to poke it.
You
So
are
I'm-
a strange people.
I'm going to turn around, and I'm assuming, since you made note of the gold inside, that it requires some sort of payment. Is there anything I can roll for a check into that I might know what this situation is, or
Yeah, give me a. I will eventually remember whichever one it is. Whatever the intelligence or wisdom thing that you're proficient is. It's intelligence? Okay,
yes?
perfect. Yeah,
Nice.
you know exactly what it is. You've seen some at other wizard gatherings. And it's a chest for you to basically pay a tithe to.
That's what I
Like a
figured.
collection plate?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like a walking. Oh my god.
Has nobody read and or seen any of like Terry Pratchett, Rincewind stuff? God, you're
Nope.
terrible people.
Not in
I have
a long
homework
time.
for all of you.
Dude.
then.
I've only played the 2 Discworld games, okay?
Years.
I have homework for all of you then later.
Sounds
Dude,
good.
I still have the entire Redwall series to read.
How many books
haven't
are in
fit-
Redwall?
A
Like
lot.
20,
Okay, I was
30?
gonna say like I
a
think
lot.
I think Discworld's at 38 somewhere in there before he died. But yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But anyway,
I mean, if they're available on Kindle, I'll get them.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a tithing plate basically, a collection plate.
So if there's no kind of suggested donation,
No,
then I will drop 3 gold into it.
And the chest kind of shuffles off to the side, giving enough room for one person to pass.
And I will walk by.
Okay.
And as soon as I'm by, I'll stop and turn around and look at the rest of the party and just be like,
And the
see?
chest
I am
like immediately
fascinated.
shuffles back to block the path.
I am fascinated by this. I want to put money in it. I want to put. He put in 3.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put in 4.
Okay. And it again like shuffles to the side, allowing you to pass by. And then once you're past, shuffles back to block the path.
Cool.
Did Javaria or Lexus go with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, what Bjornson over here is like ready to bash it with a mace.
That's right.
It's a mimic. The only mimics we've ever seen were mimics that tried to eat us.
I look up at him,
Nice
I look
mimic.
down at him. It's like, don't be racist, and I drop a gold coin into it.
A single gold coin.
Mhm.
Roll your charisma. It shuffles out of the way.
Fine, I walk over and I drop 3 gold into it.
Okay, and it shuffles out of the way, allowing you all entrance to the temple.
Was that so hard, guys?
No,
Apparently, yes,
easy
it was.
chest.
He was the last one in.
I mean, how does it stop people from stealing it?
I imagine it would eat them.
There are consequences usually if you reach into those things. Don't do it.
Never mind, I gave 5s a bad idea. 5s, forget I said anything.
We'll put
I
you outside
promise-
if we have to.
I promise to everybody that I will not do it. And I am abso-fucking-lutely lying.
If you do it and you get bit, I won't heal you.
Or better yet, if you get bit, if your arm gets bitten off, we'll take you back to the other guy's place and we'll reattach it with that needle.
Suck the arm right back into my shirt. Put my head down. Like, you know, the bird with the chin thing. Just walk on over.
Blue-footed booby bird just.
Yep. Yep, just like that.
So most of the temple is quiet. In fact, other than the shuffling of the chest and your own conversations, you don't really hear any noise aside from the sound of like pages being turned.
Can I copy the sound of pages being turned? Just constantly like a nervous thing.
Sure.
Cool.
Can
So
we
I want
get him
everybody
a
in the party.
muzzle?
You all need to. So the 3 of you need to understand. There's going to be an incessant, non-stop sound of pages turning everywhere you go.
So Crest, you're leading the group here, and you're looking for an arch wizard or whatever title we want to give that person.
Yes.
And you kind of wander around going from desk to desk because most of these things, like, people are either using desks or they've made a makeshift desk out of like stacks of books. And they've got other books on top of them open and studying. And it takes you a little while and wandering around through what is essentially like this labyrinth. What's the
Labyrinth?
labyrinthine? There's a descriptive
Labyrinth.
word there. But anyway, what is essentially this labyrinth of books, looking for somebody that fits kind of in your mind the role or the look of what this role would have. Until eventually you find an older gentleman bent over a desk with a large candle on one corner of it, and the candle's like the wax is melted down the side of this, covering the corner and the leg of the desk. And he's just got stacks of books on it, and he's bent over, like reading very slowly with his finger, kind of line by line through a book. But his beard is like down to probably his waist. His hat's got like it's the biggest wizard hat you've ever seen. You've got a little bit of wizard envy
Like
from
big
that hat.
Nice.
That's a symbol of status right there.
That's compensating.
Just keep quiet, turkey.
Flip, flip, flip.
Grab his beak.
So I'm gonna approach the desk, and I am going to. I think I'm gonna skip the pleasantries, because wizards kind of strike me as people that just don't really care for it.
AKA, they're not pleasant.
They're all
Excuse
kinds
you.
of dicks.
And I am going to kind of pull the necklace out from under my shirt, holding it in my hand, and clear my throat to get his attention, and just say, I'm seeking help with curses.
So he looks over to you, and I take that back. He doesn't look at you. He kind of holds up a finger, and just like in your general direction. His other hand's still like guiding along the book of whatever he's reading. So you stand there in silence with him just holding that finger up for about 2 minutes as he finishes the page that he's on, and then he like takes the finger down, continues to peruse and read whatever book he's reading, and he says, "What can I help you with?" It just doesn't turn to like face you, is still reading whatever book he's reading.
So I'm gonna kind of wistfully look down at the necklace and then look back at him and say, I've encountered a curse that has been placed on someone from a ritual gone wrong involving human sacrifice, innocent human sacrifice.
He says, "Go on."
I wasn't present at the time of the ritual, so I can't give you the details, but the result was not what was desired. Instead, this person that performed the ritual was turned into this crystal, this gemstone here that I wear around my neck. I've searched for information all over the place, but haven't been able to find any sort of hint at how to break this curse. I was hoping you could help.
And once you finish, she says, "Go on."
That's about it.
And he stops, and like his finger stops in the book, and he looks up from it for a minute and looks at you with kind of a shocked look in his eyes. "Where did you come from?"
Like you just now, or where do I originate from?
Blame his parents.
And he's just staring at you.
What, are you dumb or something?
I came from outside.
He sighs and he looks back at his book, and he does a hand flourish with his other free hand, and a bookmark kind of comes over and slides into the book, and the book closes. What did you want again?
So Crest lets out a very heavy sigh and takes in a deep breath, and then he starts from the top and just reiterates every single thing he just said.
He nods as he's following along. He says, "And you found it how?"
Well, I had been traveling with the person that did the ritual, and when I had heard that something went wrong, I went to where the ritual had taken place, and I just found the crystal there.
And about that time, an owl flies into the library of the temple and perches on the wizard's hat.
Who'd at it?
Very similar if you guys ever saw the animated Sword in the Stone. It looks like Archimedes.
Which is the best owl of all time. Thank you.
And the wizard kind of holds up a hand, and you don't know where it came from, but all of a sudden it's got birdseed in it, and so he's feeding this owl as it's sitting kind of on top of his hat. And he shakes his head and he says, "Now, where did you really find that?"
I'm still hooting at the owl.
And I think as soon as the owl showed up, Crest kind of recoiled a bit, with a hand over his chest, recounting in his mind his last experience with an owl that did not go so well. And he stammers a little bit, and he says, "Well, okay, maybe I wasn't traveling with her. I was following her, and I heard about an innocent person that was taken, and I knew she had to be involved. So I spent days trying to find her, and I came across this site."
Can I repeat in the exact voice of the wizard? I'm going to mimic him saying, but where did you really find it?
Can I elbow you in the gut?
The moment that the wizard's own voice comes out of Fives, you see his eyes immediately dart to Fives, and then all of a sudden Fives can't talk or make a sound.
Yes, I like this guy.
Mr. Lit, thank you for that host, sir. How are you doing this evening? He looks you up and down. Still like, and his gesture to Fives is like the close your mouth kind of thing. And he's just holding his hands like this. And he says, I don't know if I believe you, but I suppose we should let her make that decision on her own. You will need to go gather some things for me and bring them back. And we can allow her to make that decision of her own volition.
Of course, just give me a list and I'll get right on it.
And he snatches up a quill quicker than you've seen anybody of his age move. And he scribbles out a list of 5 different things. Some of them are relatively simple, like ocean foam. Some of them you kind of puzzle at, and you see the filth of civilization scribbled on there.
Nice.
Trying to think of what other things.
I tug on the
Cryptic
volume.
wizard shit.
It is cryptic wizard shit. Dinosaur excrement.
Fun.
I'm making this up off the top of my head, so it's taking me a minute. Was that 3 things?
Yeah.
The fingernail of an undead and the bark of a tree.
I'm tugging on Javaria's sleeve, pointing to my mouth, pointing at him, angry, trying to elicit
I
help.
look at him like, I know it's great, isn't it?
The wizard looks at Javaria and he says, "You know you can do this as well. It's just as easy with rope."
Walk over, do the exact same thing to Lexus.
I think he can use rope too.
I look over at Fives apologetically. I'm like, sorry, buddy, there's nothing I can do.
I just kind of chirp and like look up and it's like, "Aw, did you break your back?"
I'm going to go back to the front exit where the chest was at,
Okay.
and I'm going to kick the chest. I'm going to try to knock it over.
Oh Jesus!
Go ahead and
Please.
give me an unarmed attack roll.
Somebody go with him and stop him.
Boop.
You hit it. And this is a chest full of gold coins.
Oh, I'm well aware what it's full of.
Kind of curious how your foot would feel after that, but
I'm a monk. I feel no fucking pain. I'm good. I walk barefoot like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I am a walking callus where my hands and my feet are.
I do good. Okay. Let me pop this out real quick.
The way that you said "I do" really,
Oh yeah, you're screwed.
really didn't come across good.
So you
No, I got
kick
it.
you kick the chest, and it takes, what is it? Roll me your damage for the unarmed strike. So it takes 8 damage. What do I have? Okay, let me get a piece of scratch pad. So I can
Damn,
keep
my
up with
rolls are
this one.
fucking on point with that one. That was a good hit.
Sure.
I mean, it has like 200,000 HP, so it doesn't fucking matter. But
And so after you kick it, this thing recoils, and then a moment later, what looks like a tongue covered in gold coins, like shoots forward out of the bottom of this chest and attempting to hit you kind of just solid center mass.
Mhm.
Not with that 6, it won't, unfortunately.
and
Is that a 1?
fails it.
It
botches.
is
a
a botch.
Yes,
Um,
revenge for Fives. Sorry.
tongue should slap itself in the face.
Yeah, I don't really know how that botch really happens, other than it's just a botch. I think it knocks over some book. Actually, I know exactly what happens. So the tongue shoots out and it knocks over a pile of books, causing a loud clatter. With all of the wizards in the temple, immediately their attention is turned to Fives and the chest. And
Oh, no.
as Fives looks around, you can see that there are several wands drawn and pointed in your general direction.
I point at Mouth, and I point at the wizard.
They look at him and they look back at you, and like the wands kind of focus more on you, and you can begin to see like the tips of them glow.
Can I interject here for just a moment?
Sure.
Oh, it's a good thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that on Fives.
Wait, can we do anything to Fives if he ran downstairs?
No, it's not downstairs. It's the same
Okay.
area.
Okay, I just wanted to get the the image right in my mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if you actually have line of sight on him or not, though. I probably not, between all the stacks of books and everything.
Well, I would think once the clatter happened, we'd all kind of try to get line
Yeah.
of sight on
Okay.
what the heck is going
I
on.
think once the clatter happens, we would all run towards the sound because we know Fives is doing something.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
it's
Okay.
always Fives.
How many hit points does Fives have?
26.
26. You rolled a 21, so it's not enough to actually put him to sleep.
Damn.
We should probably do initiative at this point.
Man,
You guys did. You had to fucking mute me.
Go ahead and roll me your inits.
This is a lesson learned for everybody.
Where is initiative on this thing?
this was the day that Spooner had to roll a new character.
Woohoo! 22.
Oh, you guys don't have tokens on this page, do you? Shit. We'll do it on the battle
The
map.
Death Note.
There you go.
Wow.
Add turn.
My character
Add
starts
turn.
back. Click on myself and.
God, my initiative sucks.
Oh god, did I not do it right? I did do it right.
You did. You didn't have a token on the last page to be able to do
Oh,
it.
that's why.
Um,
Okay.
So I can type them in for you. 6 for Crest. Lexus had 9. 5's had 22. And where is the Mimics initiatives? Where's the initiative button on this thing?
Yo, is that who I think it is? It is! You guys get to watch me die.
10.
Hi, friends.
Why didn't it take this? 5's has 22. I did that already. And Crest has 6.
Wait, what? We're being raided.
Being raided. Naughty Bear, is that? I'm assuming this is a Naughty Bear raid. It's the first one that I see with the raid call. Thank you guys. Welcome in.
Nope, it's a duck raid.
It's a duck raid. I apologize. Duck, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How are you guys doing this evening? I don't have a raid response. That's the thing I need to figure out.
Oh, I got one that we can use. I need to talk to you about it before we post it.
Oh, good lord. Okay. But if you guys have hearts, throw them in chat and go give Duck a follow.
So I may or may not have pissed off an entire fucking like Academy of Mages
We'll
by
see how this
kicking
goes.
over their collection plate that happened to be a mimic because they decided to mute me because they're a bunch of dicks.
They're wizards. They're kind of known for their dickish behavior, I think. Let's see, it's probably here.
All this does is this sets in the fact that Fives is the little brother of the group.
In fact, it's probably a little further away, actually.
You guys are super mean.
Where's an?
No, but it's like
Like hella mean.
no, he's the little brother of the group, and then like Lexus is always trying to protect him. And Javaria is always trying to like do things to him.
Yeah, no, Javaria is
Rude.
being a complete butthead, right? And Crest is I'm just trying to be friends with the damn water person, but the water person's like, no, get away from me. Don't touch my necklace. Why are you reading in my book? You know, I just want to be all up in your shit. Why is this so hard for me? It's like, come on.
And then you did 8 damage earlier, so let me pull that off. Okay. All right, so It is Fives' turn at the top of the initiative, and I'm just going to do the wizard's actions if they take any, along with the mimic on that same turn.
Okay. So, are we just clarify? Am I officially in combat with all these motherfuckers, or just the box?
Just the mimic at the moment.
The box.
At the moment. This is gonna be like entertainment time now. Are y'all just gonna watch and enjoy me as the bird tries to kick the crap out of the box? And everybody either takes bets.
He's kickboxing.
Sorry. Yo, I'm a dad, dude. Dad jokes are the best, all right?
The
puns are
worst.
fucking shit. That's the best.
To be fair, my idea for my next character, if Lexus dies, is a bard that attacks in puns and dad jokes.
The worst.
I am bringing you down with me, damn it. As much as I wanted to be the monk with the one hand, how fucking silly shenanigans is that going to be for the remainder of the freaking campaign? No, but you guys had to silence my mouth and ruin my plan, and because I'm not allowed to metagame, I can't tell you. All right. You know what? Hold up. Where's my damn shit? There it is. I'm gonna use. Shit, hold on. I need to look at something real quick. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Where is no, not martial arts. No, no, not key, not that. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack the box again with unarmed strike.
Okay.
Bam.
Pretty sure that one doesn't hit. Let me double check what its AC is. No, that one misses. Or at least
Okay.
it hits, but it doesn't do any damage. You probably hit like a hinge somewhere.
Right. I still get my bonus action whether it hit or not, and I'm gonna spend 1 key to use patient defense, which gives me a dodge as a dodge action
Okay.
that I can kind of just have. Let me just remove one of those. Now I got 2 left.
All right. Javaria? I mean, you don't have to take an action if you don't want to. Like, feel free to just go, I'm just watching.
No, I'm going to take this moment to make
You
my way over there. 'cause
Better not attack me.
My action is going to be to elbow this fucker on the top
That's
of the
exactly what she was gonna fucking do.
head. Stop it!
That's exactly what she was gonna do.
So wait, where's my ruler?
Hey, the TVG.
What's up, man?
Mm-hmm.
Can you make it to 5s in one turn?
No.
Okay.
Ha! Slow cat.
All right. Mimic is still not terribly impressed with 5s and is going to attempt to bludgeon him again with that pseudopod tongue thing that it has going on.
Pseudopod. Fucking love that word. Can I take my dodge now?
Jesus
oh, he
Christ.
lost 2 in a row! Yeah, baby!
My rolls tonight. My first one was a crit. My second 2 so far tonight have been botches. It's terrible.
It's obvious that this mimic isn't used to battle, just collecting money.
Right, because he sits in a wizard's temple and nobody attacks it because it's just doing its job.
Shows one.
5s is just trying to keep the working man down.
Apparently.
Eviscerate the proletariat. Sorry. Continue.
So this gold pseudopod tongue swings around, knocking more books everywhere, and you catch the glint of increasing glow from the tips of wands as you kind of dodge out of the way and catch these wizards that are watching you.
I'm still pointing at the one that muted me, and I'm pointing at my mouth.
Rojan, what's Lexus doing?
Lexus is going to go here, and I'm going to try to be the voice of reason here. Because stuff is getting messed up. 5s is punching a box full of money, and it's pissing off all the old guys with glowing wands.
Now, since the thing botched twice in a row, can like some of that money just fall into my pocket? Like, come on, it's a tongue covered in money that's just fucking missing constantly. I gotta.
The thing though is this tongue is adhesive, like it's the money is going to stick to
Oh,
it.
that's punch.
All right, so I'm walking forward, weapons not drawn, hands up, and I give a very stern look over to 5s, and I yell out to him. I'm not going to yell because I don't want to bug my roommates here. Like, Fives, we are in somebody else's house. This is not how you behave.
Can I?
You need to show respect and restraint.
I'm thinking very loudly.
stop
I'm not being shown respect. or
Punching
restraint.
the mimic.
Stop. Words you will
Other
never.
wizards,
any-
please put the wands down. We don't need
walk
this
away.
place going up in flames or our Kenku friend exploding into a puff of flaming feathers.
Just give us the girl.
He is frustrated because he was silenced and all he wants is it to be removed.
So you hear the old wizard that was standing by Crest and everybody in the background say, when he leaves the tent, it'll be removed. And then he just like goes back to his book.
I leave the tent.
Okay, you can talk again.
I yell, "Fuck no!" What's like a Faerun appropriate curse that I can yell? You know, let's just leave it at that. I yell out an expletive, and then I kick some dust at the tent, and I just bugger the fuck off towards the market.
Okay.
So I will be at the market, and I want y'all to know that I attacked a mimic and survived flawlessly.
It's only because it was a baby Mimic, you big bully.
Failed
You
twice.
attacked a collection plate.
Then everybody here should be applauding me right now. Every single one of you.
I almost want to pet the poor Mimic like you poor defenseless baby.
Yeah, even Lexus is feeling sorry for the mimic, and he wanted to cave that thing in with a mace when he first saw it.
I mean, you could always drop more money into the collection. Just saying. Gotta look out for my fellow wizards here.
There's a sucker born every minute, I swear to God.
I Lexus rubs his temple and like holds his hand out to Javaria. Can I have the compass so we can go find him?
Sorry. I just
Thank
saw
you.
what Roller put in there.
Rib spooner. All right, so it sounds like Lexus and Javaria are gonna go find Fives with the compass. What about Crest? What's Crest doing?
I think Crest is going to stay behind and clean up the mess that the Mimic's botches left behind, and then he's gonna leave.
Okay. And as you're cleaning up the mess, the old wizard kind of that you asked for advice on how to remove that curse walks up to you, and he furrows his brow. He's like, "Let me see that piece of paper."
And I'll hand it to him.
All right, it's the list that he gave you, and he takes his quill and he just scratches out tree bark. And just those four will do.
All right then. I can do that.
Bah.
All right, so Fives is at the market. Crest is leaving the temple. Where's Crest headed? Are you following Lexus and Javaria after Fives, or are you going in a different direction, or what?
Well, since they have the compass and I don't, I have no idea where they're going. So I'm probably going to go back to the whatever that place was that we started out in, the lady and where we fought the undead.
At the mission?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm probably going to go back there and wait for them to just turn up. Because, I mean, I have the information for the guide, so they can't leave without me.
Okay. As you get back to the mission, there's a guy kind of not quite sitting on the doorstep, but just kind of off to the side. And he looks at you as you pass, and he goes, "Hey, I know how you can get that gem taken care of."
How do you know about it?
Word travels fast in certain paths in Port Naranzayu.
I don't want word of this to travel fast.
Well, then we should take care of it quickly. Here, follow me.
I don't trust you. I don't know you.
Stranger danger.
Did you know the wizard who told you he could break the spell?
A wizard is a wizard.
How do you
They're
know
always
I'm not a
trustworthy.
wizard?
You don't look like a wizard.
That's racist.
Way, not know how.
I am a wizard. I can say that.
That's racist.
He shrugs. He says, "Fine, your loss."
Oh, wait. Did you know I would be here?
Of course. Why else would I be? Would I wait for you somewhere you're not going to be?
That's classist. That's wizardist.
Well, will you at least tell me your name?
He says it's Sarul.
Well, that doesn't sound like a very friendly name to me.
Ja Rule.
He
Wait, what?
he shrugs again. He says, "Your loss."
Oh,
All right, fine, I'll follow you, but I'm not committing to anything.
He nods and he leads you back through these tents and the stuff that makes up the population of Marlin's Throat, and eventually up some hills and to these bridges and planks that cross across the top of Marlin's Throat. And he says, just a bit further on the other side of the throat, and we'll be there.
So I think while we're making our way there, because I don't trust random strangers that whisper at me from dark alleys, I am going to pop my mage armor and arcane ward.
Okay.
bet you wish you had the freaking gem thingy that I will eventually poop out and give to you when you get lost.
Um,
Dial.
and as he like steps off onto the bridge, not noticing what you're doing, is just kind of making his way across. What are you doing after you pop your mage armor?
I will just continue following him for now.
Okay. And about halfway across as you're about halfway across the bridge, you feel the weight of the bridge shift, and you look behind you, and there's a guy standing there in what looks like cultist garb. And then another one approaches from the direction that you were walking. And Sarul looks back at you, and he says, "Sorry, it's nice knowing you," and like runs across the other side of the bridge. The guy in the cultist garb lets him pass and begins to approach you from the other side of the bridge.
We'll all float. Plot twist. I
Yeah.
don't die. He does.
I kind of figured that was going to happen.
You'll all
Saying this
float.
out loud. So at least I came prepared, and I'm going to pop that spell. And as I do that, long hardened claws kind of rip out from the tips of my fingers, and I kind of take a battle ready stance.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna get this set up appropriately. Let me see. Do I have cultists in here?
Cue the combat music.
I don't have any regular cultists really.
If you have the tokens that you gave me in the past, the cultists should be in there.
Yeah, they're just not set up already. That'll work.
The
Actually,
lowest
we'll use
in
this one.
that'd be me, Naughty.
Use this one here. So we're gonna put you in the middle of the bridge. We got a cultist here and a cultist here, and I need to give them stats. Let's see. 15. We'll call this.
Oh, you guys, this is fun. We're having fun.
And
Says the guy that's not being double teamed by cultists.
Phrasing.
what did that take?
Okay,
or was
but
it deliberate?
to be fair,
Or was
we
it deliberate?
to be fair, we didn't follow a guy who just like whispered, "Hey, you want to buy some magic?" and like into an alleyway.
Okay,
Hey, kid, you want to buy some
but
candy? What are you buying?
All right, there's my really shitty bridge with 2 cultists on it, and
Stupid Mongolians.
There you go.
Make a shitty bridge.
all right. So you've altered yourself to appear as though you are made of bone. Is that right?
in a way, yeah.
has water.
Basically, just to give myself a natural weapon.
Okay.
Claws on my hands or talons. I guess they're more like.
Okay. Roll me a perception check real quick.
I'm trying. Oh, okay. It was just lagging.
Nice.
Oh, lagging.
We'll take the first one. We'll take that 16. So as you are looking, kind of gauging your situation, you catch a glimpse under one of the hoods. And you can see that the features of the person under it are pushed back, kind of the way that like a snake's snout would be, and that they're slightly scaled.
Boop the snoot.
And I need go ahead and give me initiative, which I also need to do. So give me your initiative roll first, real quick.
The snick is for fight. We need like a Rocky montage for the mimic.
Oh, poop. Okay, that didn't work. I need to roll these by hand. 1d20 plus 10 and a 11. Okay. Turn 10. So Crest is gonna go first. What's Crest doing?
Wasting absolutely no time. Just
Fucking shit up.
sprinting straight at this one here.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and do that.
All right, that'll hit. Or excuse me, no, it won't. I take
Damn.
that back. Okay. Any other actions from Crest?
Excuse me.
Not right away.
Okay. Can I do this way? Let's see. No. What is the name of that chromatic? Why can't I find the spell that I want?
Which one are you looking for?
Chromatic orb.
Please don't find that spell.
You mean that thing that you used that damn near freaking killed me, you douche canoe? Oh, wait, no, that was
That-
Doppelganger you.
That's
That
why
was-
I don't want him to find it.
That was Doppelganger.
That's stupid. Why can't I find spell? Maybe we can just do it this way. Not items, spells. That'll work. Yeah, that works. Let's see if I can actually cast it the way I want. Did that cast it? It did not. That's stupid. Okay, so which one is it? All right, the one that is behind you kind of smirks, and you can look over your shoulder and see it. As this green spray begins to shoot forward from his fingers, covering the bridge, as he's kind of backed off to where the bridge is anchored on the side of the cliff. And let's see. And he's doing 1d6 acid damage. All right, and so the acid that sprays from his hands begins to coat the bridge, and you can see it begin to eat away at the ropes and the bindings of the bridge.
This is fine. This is all fine.
No, this is okay. This is fine.
The other cultist that's in front of you that you've rushed up towards pulls out a scimitar and takes a swing at you. Somebody... Oh, wait, I need to actually roll to see if it hits you first. Strength on these guys. 12 hit your AC? I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So
Not with that mage armor.
he swings, and the scimitar scrapes off the bone armor that you've put on yourself. And it's your turn.
Well, he just opened himself up for another attack.
That's not a bird. That's actually a 2. That'll hit. 3 damage. All right. And I need to make note of how much the bridge has taken so far. Okay. And the guy behind you is again casting acid spray, which was that changed and wasn't supposed to. There we go. So a d6. So it's taking 4 damage, and you can hear the ropes begin to snap, and I need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
All right, you make it. So the ropes snap and the bridge gives way, and you hang on to one of the planks that make this thing up as the side of the bridge slams into the cliff face. and which has you now hanging about 100 feet over the streets below you in Marlin's throat.
This is still fine.
The other cultist that's above you looks down, his scimitar drawn, and he's going to begin to hack at... Actually, is he hacking at you or is he hacking at the ropes?
That depends on whether or not he was on the bridge with me.
He was not. He was right at the like cliff edge as well. So they both stood there. So either direction you went, they had an option to drop you. Basically, was the tactic. That being the case, I think that he's probably going to try to drop the bridge. So let's see. There's 3. Unless he does that, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What is it? Me and the botches tonight are fucking terrible.
Back to back.
Is he doing a swan dive down into the chasm below?
Please say yes.
Swan dive.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw again, HP Fox, for Crest. All right, roll me a strength check.
Damn, son.
Whoops, that was a saving throw.
I don't think there's a difference. I don't think you get a bonus either way, unless you're proficient with it.
I am not.
Okay. So what happens is the cultist swings too far, like he just committed too much to that swing, and goes flying over Crest's head, but he grabs onto the back of Crest's cloak as he's falling. And Crest is able to like keep his grip on the board, and now has this cultist hanging from his cloak, dangling over the edge of this ledge.
Not my pretty cloak.
We'll buy you a new cloak. Sacrifices must be made.
I like this cloak.
Goodbye with your cloak of many colors. Come on, man. Let it go. Let it go, Joseph.
All right, and it's your turn.
Okay, well, I assume I have a pretty firm grip on where I am since I was able to hold on with this guy hanging off of me.
Yeah, that's what that 16 was for.
So I'm going to take my attention off of him for a moment, and learning from the attempt on 5s, I'm going to cast this at level 2 on the other guy.
Okay. On the guy that's hanging from you?
No, on the guy that's on the other side.
Okay.
So he can't make a getaway.
Does not affect him.
Damn. It's worth a try.
That's all.
Also, it doesn't show it in here. Does this spell have a semantic component to it?
What's that?
I feel like it should show that on the spell somewhere.
I feel like it should as well. You know what? It does, which means I wouldn't have been able to cast
Right.
that.
Yep.
So scratch that.
That's why I said something. I was like, I don't think he can actually do that.
Yeah, it doesn't have it right on the thing like it does with the other
Yeah.
character sheet and stuff. Okay, in that case, I am just going to pull out my dagger
Okay.
and slice my cloak right where that guy's hanging onto it.
That'll work. And let's see. I said 100 feet in the air. It's what, D6 for every 10 feet.
Yep.
So our 10d6. He does not survive. That is just enough to kill him.
Oh, jeez.
Serves
So-
him
Sucks to
right.
be that guy.
That guy goes hanging down, and you can hear this like sickening slither hiss as he falls.
Can I use my movement to climb up, or will that require a check of some sort?
No, you can use your movement to climb up. That's
Okay,
fine.
I will do that and turn around and face the other one.
Okay, and you can just catch the tail of his cloak turning the corner around a lean-to on the other side of the canyon.
Damn, I hate it when they get away.
All right, and
been
the
getting
other
away.
three of you, now that that's done, Crest, or excuse me, not Crest. Fives was going off into the market. The other two were following him with your newly acquired compass, your Fives compass. I keep wanting to call you Crest.
the Five's GPS.
That's right. What are you guys up to? So what is Fives doing first? Because we know what the other two are doing. They're following you.
Just kind of like angrily, not angry, like frustratingly, just walking the market.
Okay. Not looking for anything in particular or anything?
Not really looking for anything in particular. I'm trying to find anywhere else that I can see that symbol, the silver kite shield on the gold field.
Okay.
Sorry, Mike's over this way.
Okay.
My bad.
So you're looking for the symbol that's on that described in the book
Yeah,
on that necklace. Okay.
I kind of like show it to. I go to like, is there like a jewelry shopkeep guy somewhere?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a stand for jewelry.
All right, I want to show him that and ask, and just be like, have you seen this?
And he looks up at you and kind of shakes his head. He shakes his head no. Roll me a perception check real quick.
Yeah, I can do that. Boop.
Actually, I should need to say. Okay. And you notice that you're not the only person. That's the wrong thing. There we go. Not the only person in the shop. And the shopkeeper is acting kind of nervous with you in there.
Can I follow his gaze? Like, is he looking at the other guys?
He's looking at somebody else in the shop. You're not able to get a clear view of who it is. You can just see kind of a hooded, cloaked figure.
Okay. How do I feel about this hooded cloak figure? Does he seem like a nice guy?
You don't really, I mean, you haven't had any interaction with that person, so you don't really have an opinion of that person. You just notice that there's a cloaked hooded figure in the shop.
Are there anybody else other than just, by the way, you broke my, thank you. Are there anybody else? It's just me and the other dude?
And probably
shopkeep.
a moment later, Lexus and Javaria.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to the hooded figure and ask him if he's seen the symbol. Or her. I don't know. I'm not going to assume because then I'll get yelled at.
We're not cloakist.
Yeah, we're not closest.
So as you turn to leave, or you turn to go approach the figure,
The hooded guy, yeah.
the hooded figure,
that's in the
you
store.
can see her features kind of under the hood, and she holds up a finger to her mouth, and you can see her slip a necklace into like the sleeve of her cloak.
Okay. I kind of just turn right back around.
Okay. Are you? So you're turning away from her. Are you leaving the tent? Are you going back to talk to the merchant?
No, I'm leaving the tent.
Okay. And a moment later, you hear the call from the merchant, thief! And just over and over, guards, thief! And he comes out, he like darts out of the tent chasing you.
Chasing me?
Yep.
What the fuck are you talking about? Well, no, I mean, that's not what I would exactly say. But I'm no thief. No thief. No thief.
And so 4 guards kind of come up and surround you, and the shopkeeper walks over and pulls a necklace that resembles the one that was slipped into the girl's sleeve from your back pocket.
Son of a bitch.
And so about this time, Javaria and Lexus walk up and see Five surrounded by guards and a shopkeeper pulling this necklace out of his back pocket.
This is so racist, Impious.
I swear to Lathander, we're getting him a leash.
I didn't do anything. I didn't take. She took, and I point inside.
Oh no, I whispered this to Javaria as
I'm just saying this to the guards.
One of the guards goes to search the inside of the tent, and a moment later comes back and like shakes his head and shrugs his shoulders.
There's nobody in there. I tell the shopkeep, where did she go?
He says, I don't know, she probably left. But you left without paying.
How much does it cost?
He says, it's not how it works here.
Oh, you're gonna try to take my hand, motherfucker. Oh,
He shakes his head again. You run the pit.
I run the pit. What's the pit?
And so they shackle your hands kind of behind you. And say, in the morning, you run the pit.
What's the pit?
Okay, I think at this time, like Javaria and I would try to push our way past the guards, calling out the fives.
And the guards look at you two. You know him?
What did he do?
He stole a necklace from this merchant.
Did not steal.
That's exactly what Jabari says. He's like, bullshit.
I look over at Javaria. I'm like, that doesn't sound like him. I mean, he's curious and very sociable, but he would never
He's not the
steal.
thief.
The shopkeeper holds up the necklace and he says, I pulled this from his pocket and he did not pay for it.
Could there have been some sort of mistake?
Shrugs. He says, I don't know. He had this on his person, didn't pay for it when he left my shop.
Have it back now.
But you knew he stole something, so you must have seen it.
I saw it out of his back pocket when he left the tent.
Well, that sounds a little strange, doesn't it? Wouldn't a thief try to fully conceal what they're stealing?
Maybe he's a bad thief. I don't know him.
Can I just like look at him and scrawl in his direction? Yeah, that.
Sure.
Scrawling intensifies. No thief.
So you're assuming he's a thief because something was just hanging out of his back pocket? Couldn't someone else have placed it there?
Assuming he's a thief because he's a thief.
Eh.
But could somebody else not have put it there?
Maybe, but he's a thief. He left my shop with my goods without paying. That makes him a thief.
You call him a thief one more time, and I will cut your useless tongue from your
He's
face.
a thief.
All right, come here.
I go to grab Javaria by the scruff of the neck.
The city guards that are there all turn their pikes like pointed at you.
She gives no fucks. She's like,
This
he's
island
barely holding
sucks.
her back.
This town is bullshit. This is birdism. I'm being profiled. Ridiculous. I mean, yeah. Fuck.
He says he looks at the guard. The captain of the guard finally walks up, and he looks at Javaria and he looks at Fives, and he looks at Lexus and the shopkeep, and he says, "In the morning, he will run the pit. If you'd like, you can run with him. If you think he's so innocent."
I'm still asking what the pit is. Excuse me.
He just kind of smiles and looks at you. You'll find out in the morning.
Oh, this motherfucker. We better not be done for the night, man. I want to run the damn pit. So help me.
See, that's the thing is I don't know that you guys will get done with it in the next 25 minutes.
Shit.
So you're telling me that he gets no trial.
The trial's the pit. If he makes it through, then he's innocent. If he doesn't, well, then we don't have to worry about him stealing anything.
Well, that's hardly justice.
He shrugs.
I look over at Fives.
Hey, my hands are shackled. I can't really do much.
Al's right. I had the wrong time in my head. We do have an hour and a half. We have time to do this. Cool.
Oh, are we going to 10:30?
Yeah, we go to 10:30 on this one. I completely forgot.
Oh, well, then I'm gonna put an order in for some food. So
yeah, let's take a break. We missed the last one because I ate. So
before we go, I look at Fives, and I look back at the guard. And I'm like, I do believe he's innocent.
He says, then you can run the pit with him if you want.
That's why I like this guy.
I'm not about to I'm not about to let a friend face down false charges alone.
I'm sure it's just a slip inside or something. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's take a quick 5-minute break. Rojan can order some food, and then we will be right back. You folks that are watching along with us, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back to deal with the rest of the day, and then maybe the pit. Actually, we'll do the pit. I'm just fucking with Spooner. We'll be right back.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to it.
Damn, dude.
Time is fleeting, you say. When I grab your hand, you turn away. We chased after the sun and the fading light of day. Watch the broken shards slip away.
it's about to go down, down. Well, you can never get enough. Oh.
Now everything's popping bars, put you right, mix some lean, get the Sprite, getting brain, get the pipe, get the chain.
Now everything's
Popping bars, put you right, mix some lean, get the Sprite, getting brain, get the pipe, get the chain.
raise your hand, Texas sun, megaton phenomena. Here they come, drop the bomb, fire up another one. What it do? Thought you knew what the boom do to you. Crush the building with my crew. Meet me at the open zoo. I'm sitting on the sub, my bitch seeing dub. I'm whipping in my crack, burning rub in the gutter. I'm standing on the speakers, I'm busting on fofo. I'm getting deeper, deeper, deeper. I'm feeling lost in the crowd, and I don't wanna lose touch. Nah, like it's about to go down, down. Well, you can never get enough. Oh, no.
Everything's popping bars, put you right, mix some lean.
All right, we're back. Welcome back, everybody.
We have returned.
I'll
We're
explain
talking
the-
shrimp.
I'll explain the shrimp meal the next break.
Yep.
So, all right. So the guards are taking fives, and is Lexus just gonna kind of
He's willingly going.
He's going. So they're still gonna put you in shackles.
Yeah. I give the compass to Javaria.
Okay.
I'm like, find Crest wherever he went and let him know what's going on. I'll keep an eye on fives.
I am like eyeballing the shopkeep and like making a mental note. Anything happens to fives or to Lex, I am burning that shop to the ground after I rob it blind.
Okay.
$50 says that when they walk back into the shop, everything is fucking stolen.
And it's in your back pocket.
And it's just magically in my back pocket the next day.
All right. So Lexus and fives are going off to jail, and the jail's actually fairly nice. It's there's a cot, there's pillows, and there's as far as jails go, it's not the worst one you've been in. For whatever reason, you guys have a history of being in a jail. I don't know why, but in my head, it's true. So it's true.
I'm a Kenku man. I'm used to being racist against.
With fives and Javaria on the group, it sounds about right.
Yep.
So Crest has dealt with his incident on the bridge. Let's
Yes.
go back to him for a minute. After he scrambles back up the cliff face, what's he doing?
I think he's probably going to, since that other cultist got away, he's
Mhm.
probably going to try and find a way down to the corpse of the one that fell, just to search the body, see if there's anything on it that would give him information about why they came after him or where they're from, if they were given orders, anything like that.
Sure. So going over the body, you don't really find anything that or going over through the clothes, rather, you don't find anything that stands out. He just has the scimitar and the robes on. You do see the scales like form at the back of the head and down the neck, and you can see that the features are much more like snake-like and pronounced. Now that you can actually get a good look at him, he has a tattoo on the palm of his hand that shows a snake curled in kind of like a spiral.
Okay. If that's kind of the only identifying thing that I can find on the body, then I'm going to take my dagger and I'm going to carefully cut that flesh from the hand and take it with me.
Okay. All right. And then probably about that time is probably about the time that Javaria... Actually, where's Javaria heading after she leaves Fives and Lexus? Is she going back to the mission or is she going somewhere else?
I personally, like me, don't remember which way he said he was going.
Crest? I don't think Crest said.
No.
No, because he hung back to clean up everyone's mess at the wizard's tent.
So then, by logic alone, I would think that Javaria would make her way back to the wizard's camp just to see if he's still hanging around there.
Okay.
would be the first stop.
Okay. Trying to think if there's anything that you need to, or that you would run into on the way there.
Uneventful and pleasant weather.
It might be actually. Let me double check one thing real quick, but it may just be nothing.
The sweltering bullshit heat that is causing a bunch of fires in northern California.
Northern Schult.
Yeah. No, so it's pretty uneventful other than the streets kind of getting crowded. As night begins to set in, the temperatures beginning to cool off a little bit. So people are coming out and actually going and doing things in town other than like just kind of staying inside to avoid the heat. But no, as far as any events or anything, it's pretty uneventful trip. And once you get to the temple, you look around for a bit, and you can even ask. And some of the wizards will tell you that Crest stayed behind and cleaned up a little bit after the incident, which is kind of how they're referring to it.
The incident.
But after that, they haven't seen him. He left after the incident had been cleaned up.
All right, and the only question I asked is, do you happen to know which?
Somebody's killing me with a wrapper.
Not me this time.
Sorry, it was totally me. I apologize.
Asking which way, if they saw, he had gone.
And they'll just kind of gesture back the path that you walked up because it's the only way to the temple.
All right, so at this point, I'm going to say survival skills to see if I can track him.
Okay. With a 12, yeah, you can knowing Crest and knowing that he's not one to really kind of go off and explore on his own. You know that the best way he probably, or the place that he probably went, is somewhere that he's familiar with. So you can guess that he probably went back to the mission.
Okay. All right, and I am gonna head that way then.
All right, and about that time, you find, once you get back to the mission, you find Crest like leaning over a body in the middle of the street.
The only thing that comes out of my mouth is eventful day all around.
So, recognizing the voice, Crest is gonna kind of jolt up from what he was doing, and the bone armor and talons that were on him are just kind of disintegrating away. And he turns around with a very innocent look on his face, and he's like, "Yep, shall we go in?"
We have a problem.
It's the turkey, isn't it?
I don't think it was his fault this time.
Well, it's not the first time that we've uttered those words and been wrong, but enlighten me.
Well, you know he's curious, you know he's prone to trouble, but he's no thief,
This is true.
other than the little compass stone.
Well, I mean, he didn't technically steal it. He
We
owes
were offered
something
it.
for it.
Yeah, he does owe, but he was accused of stealing a piece of jewelry from a shop. And
Yeah, I couldn't see him doing that. If he was going to steal something, it would be something far more valuable than jewelry.
and not halfway hanging out of his pocket.
Well, he's certainly not sloppy,
No.
usually.
So they're not even giving us the chance to contest it, and he's going to the pit?
Is that like a prison, or...
I'm assuming so, and Brain, name, Lexus is going with him to make sure he doesn't come under harm.
So what you're telling me is no rest tonight.
No.
All right. Lead the way.
And first place I'm gonna head is back to the shop because I don't think I know where the prison is unless that was somewhere we found along our tour.
Okay.
Where is the prison on this map, by the way? If you don't mind me.
That's a
Just
good
little
question.
bit.
I don't know if there actually is one. I may have made that up.
Dun dun dun! Just pick
Okay,
a
but
spot. It'll be
the
fine.
pit is real, right?
The pit is real.
Oh, I think I know what the pit is.
I'm gonna call it that blue building right outside of the bazaar.
Like where all the triple tent thingies, like
It is. We're gonna call it this
this?
building. Yeah, that building right there.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm awesome.
Giggity.
Giggity giggity you. Yo, that'd be kind of dope, Rojan.
Yeah. So okay. So it's beginning to get evening and nightfall, and you're going back to the tent of the shopkeep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's still there, and when you enter the tent, he scowls at you. He says, "Oh, you bring more trouble?"
You keep mouthing off at me, and it'll be more trouble than it's worth.
He says, "You keep running that mouth, you join your friend in the pit."
At that point, Crest comes in and he's like, "Now we're just trying to find our friend. Where is this pit or prison or whatever this was?"
He says, "It is just outside the gates, to the north."
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Thank you, sir. And he's gonna shuffle Javira out of the tent, and as they're leaving, he's going to say in a hushed voice, but loud enough for the shopkeep to hear, "Crap's not worth stealing anyway."
Okay. And where are you guys going?
Damn.
Where he told us to go.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys get out, and you kind of walk up, and you end up here, following his directions, which is just north outside of the gate. And there's a big pit in the middle of the ground. It's about 50 feet wide, 15 feet deep, and 200 feet long.
Are we gonna American Gladiators it? Yeah.
You can see
can I be
claw
laser?
and scratch marks into the stone that lines the side of the pit.
Okay. Just quietly, in quiet resignation, standing at the pit. Yeah.
Are we at the pit or are we at?
No,
the,
this is
That's
Crest
right.
and Javaria.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were at the pit.
No, they went looking. They asked where the pit was, and so
Oh,
he
right.
gave them directions to the pit.
I thought we transitioned. I'm sorry.
Nope, no worries.
No, I was lost too. I'm like, wait, are we at the pit?
No, because Crest asked, "Where's the pit or the jail?" And so he gave him directions to the pit.
I got confused when Spooner said he was looking at the pit. I'm like, wait, are we there?
Yeah, my bad. Sorry. I'm dumb.
There is also a very foul stench in the air that blows in from the northwest.
My ears are folded back, and I'm just like, I don't like this. This is bullpucky.
So I'm gonna try and find somebody that looks like they're familiar with the area, or if there are any like guards wandering around the pit. I assume a place like this would have guards.
There's no guards, but there are people walking around the outskirts of it and making their way to and from wherever.
So I'm gonna just stop any of them, and just approach one of them and say, "We're looking for two of our friends that were recently arrested and sent to the pit or prison or whatever the system in this place is. Do you think you could help me out? Where might I find them?"
She nods and she gestures to the hole in the ground, and she says they'll be here in the morning. Are you placing a bet already?
A bet, you say? No, I shouldn't. These are my friends. No, I'm just looking for them, trying to figure out what's going on. I'm
real
not
friends
from
bet
here, you see.
Oh, she nods and she says, "Oh, well, in the morning, your friend will start at this end," and she gestures to the nearest end of the pit that you're at, and run to that end.
Seems easy enough. Awful lot of scratches and stuff in there, though. Anyway,
some people don't try to make it all the way and try to get out early.
well, that doesn't seem very smart. Not that far of a run. So is there like some sort of holding area that they keep these pit contestants in?
She shrugs. She says, "I've never run the pit. I don't know."
Oh, but you say they'll be here in the morning.
She nods.
Well, thank you for your help then.
All right. Anything else that Crest or Javaria want to do? Are you guys just going to rest for the evening?
I mean, I'm content to rest since I didn't really see the whole altercation. But what's Javaria up to? What's her thoughts on the whole thing?
I think I am going to also go ahead and take a rest
Okay.
because I don't feel like trying to break them out of a prison in a strange land.
Okay. So everybody, go ahead and give yourselves the effects of a long rest.
Okay, that's 3 hit dice. No, let's leave that alone. Yeah, no, 3 hit dice, 3 key, 26 HP. Fucking awesome. All right.
All right. Everybody good? Done?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So the next morning at dawn, a jailer comes and rattles on the cell where Fives and Alexis are being held, and they slide food through, and it's good food. It's grapes and it's cheese and it's meat of some sort and milk. And you hear them mention, "Want to make sure that you have energy for your run." It's more entertaining that way.
Kind of look at him, look at the food, eat the food.
Is Lexus eating or is he skipping?
You're muted.
He's muted. That's what Lexus is.
Okay, let's rewind that. Lexus looks at the guard as he's eating. What are the rules of the run?
You run from one end to the other, and you make it or you don't.
Is there anything preventing us from running one way to the other?
Of course, it wouldn't be entertaining if there wasn't.
Well, that's why I was asking, because if like this is supposed to be entertaining and it's just a bunch of people running from one end to another, it sounds rather boring. So what are we running from?
You'll find out soon enough.
Oh, a surprise.
He says, "Don't worry, I know you're anxious, but you'll get your chance to run the pit."
Well, that's why we're here, right?
And
What do we get if we reach the other side?
your freedom. And Crest and Javaria, what are you guys up to in the morning? Where did you sleep? Did you go back to the mission?
Yes.
Okay.
It seems like the best place to go.
That's where Mama Murthy hangs out.
I assume Javaria was there when Lexus kind of volunteered himself to run with Fives as well. So I assume she probably would have told me that he did that at some point.
Yeah. Well, that's what I
She did.
said.
Okay.
Here to make sure he didn't get, yeah.
In which case, I would also like to try and find a way for us to get involved in helping them in the pit before it actually starts.
The minute
but-
those words escape his lips, you see the biggest grin on her face.
I have a proposition for you, Javaria. I know how much you like shiny things. So, I figure this is what we do. We go to the pit, and we put all our gold down on us winning. And then we go join them, and we win. It's easy. Come on. It's just running from one end to the other. It's free money.
This sounds like a
Her
plot to Always
pondering.
Sunny.
Yeah, you see her pondering for a moment, the tail flicking like, me likey. do it.
So, as soon as she agrees, I say we make our way to the pit to find whoever controls the bets. And then from there, we go wherever we need to lend a hand to our compatriots.
Okay. So you guys get to the pit, and it's just after dawn, and it's already crowded. And you see all walks of life in Chult surrounding the pit. There are those that look like they haven't bathed in 3 weeks, and their clothes are ragged and stench just kind of clinging to them. And then there are those that are dressed in bright, freshly dyed robes, sitting on elevated porches that have a view down into an unobstructed view down into the pit. And you see a couple of tables set up with people placing bets and taking bets. And the bets seem to be based on distance. And there's a start at like 25 feet, 50 feet, 75 feet, 100 feet, and then all the way to 200 feet. And then the payout increasing the closer you get to 200 feet.
Hey, Imp, I'll be right back. I got to run to my door.
Okay.
Food has arrived.
Giggity.
Start flapping. Shut up, Roller.
So, I assume it's like one central person or group of people controlling all the bets and
Yeah.
handling the money and everything.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to approach them. I'm going to drop my little pouch of 47 gold on the table or whatever they have set up. And I'm just going to say all of it for them to go the distance, right to the end.
Okay. She nods and she says, 3-to-1 odds. Excuse me. This is the very end. It should be. She says it is 6-to-1 odds that they make it to the very end. And she jots down on a piece of paper 200 feet and scribbles 43 gold.
Right, and I do the same thing, dropping my coin purse of 40 gold.
Okay. And she does the same thing, scribbles down 200 feet, 40 gold on your sheet of paper. And she says, "Don't lose this. If you lose it and don't come back with it, I can't pay you.
Understood.
In the event that something catastrophic happens, your bets are forfeit."
What qualifies as catastrophic?
Things running amok.
General, destruction type of stuff then.
She nods.
'Cause that
Okay.
never happens.
Poor Spooner. He's just like, what am I getting into?
It's
Okay,
like,
so
because running amok never happens in this campaign,
when we're down there, Javaria, don't blow anything up.
Don't have blowy uppy things. You're the wizard.
Well, you never know with you.
That's racist.
Don't get catty with me.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. Doesn't mean
You're a
it's
liar.
right, but you're wrong.
Okay, and then where are Crest and Javaria going from there? Like, are you?
So I assume our next destination would be to try and either get to the entrances or to the holding cells or whatever, which means we'll probably have to
Get her.
go through the crowd to try and find information on where exactly the holding area is, or just go and hassle some guards.
Okay. And everybody just kind of gestures to the end of the pit. It says, "They'll come from that way."
Well, I know, but I want to get down there. How do I get down there?
You want to get into the pit?
Well, I'm supposed to be down there with my friends, you see, but I had to place my bets first. So I've never been down there before. I don't know how to get down there.
You get down there by stealing or punching a guard or doing something illegal. It's not wanted to be in the pit. That's a bad place to be, friend.
I pat the guy on the shoulders like, watch this. I go find a guard.
Ooh. I mean, I was just gonna punch that guy in the face, but if you want to
But
go
he's
find
not
a
a
guard,
guard.
okay.
The
It's still
two
frowned
of you,
upon.
Go ahead and give me perception checks real quick.
You know, it's probably a bad idea that you're doing this, but okay.
I don't see anything. Neither does she.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Just gonna go for it.
Well, I have
So, I think what happens is about the time you finish up this conversation with the person on how you get into the pit, you guys turn and you're kind of at the edge of the pit, looking down in it, and you see, and they weren't there a moment ago before you started this conversation, but you see, how many did I put actually? 3 large black panthers that have been released into the pit, along with 4 velociraptors.
Ooh, Jesus. Yeah, they're definitely gonna need some help.
Oh yeah.
Velocipanthers?
Velocipanthers.
Jesus. So I think probably as soon as we see that, I'm just gonna shout out for a guard and just keep yelling, "Guard, guard!"
And
Or we could just slide in.
I'm not willing to jump down into like 100-foot pit. You can try if you want to.
It's
But-
mildly sloped. We could slide.
I'm rather fond of my knees.
There's gonna be a healer down there. It's fine.
the lady says, if you want a guard, just wait until they bring the prisoners out. It'll be fine. There'll be a couple with them.
God damn it. I'm gonna scan the area around me for the wealthiest looking person I can find.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh god.
Jesus.
Don't roll bad.
I'm trying not to.
Okay.
Whoa, that's
There
nice.
there is one up in
Oh.
the stands, kind of looking down into the pit, and it ends up being Wakanga.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's actually perfect. I don't have to punch anyone now, I hope. I'm going to run over to him as fast as I can, kind of in a bit of a panic. And when I get to him, I'm just going to be, I need your help, quick. I really need your help right now.
Accuse us of assault now.
He says, "Yes, friend. What can I do for you?"
Javaria and we need to get down there. We need to help our friends. But all these useless people, they aren't telling me how to get down there. They're saying commit a crime, but I can't find a guard to punch.
And he shakes his head. He's like, "No, this is not something I can help you interfere with. This is justice in Port Nine Zayu. Let it run its course."
Well, I want to give our friends are going to die down there. Come on, you've seen them.
Not
He
only that,
shrugs.
but they were falsely accused. They shouldn't be down there.
He shrugs. He says, "This is Port Naran Zayu justice. I would not come to your courts in the middle of a proceeding and cause a ruckus. Do not do it to ours."
Okay, in that case, I thank you for all the help that you have given us.
Oh no.
You have been a great guide,
This is gonna be great.
and I apologize. At that point, I'm going to pull out my crossbow and point it at him.
He just
Take
kind
all
of
his money.
smirks and he says, "Think this through."
I tried doing this the lawful way, and none of you are cooperating. So we're going to do it the hard way. Now you're going to get us down there, or I'm going to pull this trigger. Understand?
Roll me perception. You've noticed that the two Minotaur guards that stand by his side, have their hands on their weapons. And your guess is that if you pull the trigger, you're not going to live long enough to actually be of help to anyone.
So, keeping the crossbow pointed at what's his name, and keeping my eyes fixed on him, I'm just gonna kind of
Bombata.
speak to the guards. I hope you can swing faster than I can pull this trigger.
Moo.
Oh,
They have their hands on their swords, looking like right at you.
I'm just staying right frozen where I am.
This is like amateur hour crimes.
oh my god.
It was not thought through.
They wouldn't help us. I asked politely.
I just kind of look and he's like, "You're a wizard. Don't you have like floaty, folly stuff?"
No, I don't.
Why? What kind of wizard are you?
Thor.
Not the kind that falls down holes.
Oh my god.
About that time,
Yeah, it's a Luskin standoff.
Again, this is like an episode of Always Sunny.
Who's gonna be?
God damn it! Arrest me!
about that time, you guys hear a blast from a horn that echoes through the streets and off the stone in the pit. And anybody that happens to be looking into the pit that's there can see that the mood of the velociraptors and the panthers change, and they get a little anxious and begin to pace back and forth. A moment later, a procession of guards with Fives and Lexus's hands tied to a stick is led through the crowd to the opening of the pit, and they are then kind of, their hands are bound, but the sticks removed, and they are lowered into the pit by their hands. And then the ropes binding their wrists and their hands are loosened, and they are given a moment to kind of look and get acclimated to their surroundings. And you guys can see the panthers and the velociraptors kind of pacing back and forth in front of you. And you can see something at the other end of the pit, but you can't quite make out what it is.
I don't see that map.
Oh,
Yeah,
I should
we're not
probably
on that
move you guys over to that map, huh?
Right.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
So I look over at Lexus, I point at one of the panthers, and I say, haha, Javaria.
That was being racist.
Lexus can't help but laugh. He's like, I guess there is a resemblance.
Oh shit, this Velociraptors.
Lexus and Fives, go ahead and give me a knit rolls. And then what are Crest and Javaria doing now?
I almost
Spooner,
wanna
you
take-
gotta click your token and
Oh.
then do it. I got it, but
Sorry.
I almost want to take Crest's crossbow and take a shot at one of the damn panthers.
Don't take my crossbow when it's the only thing keeping two minotaurs from squishing me.
They won't want to squish you if you don't threaten their lord.
Do you have rope on you, Javaria?
Yes.
How much rope?
20 feet. So that's still an 80-foot drop.
That's not very helpful, Javaria. Why didn't you bring 50 feet? I have 50 feet.
if only you had like a 10-foot pole.
Don't you have like a duplicating spell?
I'm not that kind of whisper. I'm not that kind of wizard.
that kind
this,
of
is,
girl.
this is suddenly
That
Blades
kind
in
of
the
girl.
dark again.
I'm not that kind of girl.
What kind of wizard are you?
Not the kind that falls down holes. I told you that already.
Walks around with poles and ropes and
I'm seriously
Freaking
about to
ball
spark
gag.
this fucking wizard.
All right, Rojan, what is Lexus doing?
Lexus looks over at Fives like, Fives, do you trust me?
eh.
I'll take that as a yes. As probably not the best idea to do, given off that it's going to show his true form, but he's going to do it anyway. So, if it will roll,
You can do it. I believe in you.
he's going to go Angelic Super Saiyan.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love that you have a legit legit freaking like Broly style Super Saiyan
Yeah.
freaking thing that you got. That's so broken, but I love it.
As like just pretty much like radiant energy starts like coming out of his eyes, and like these two like angelic wings like burst from his like the transparent angelic wings burst from his back. I'm gonna grab fives and try to fly to the other end, out of the reach of the Panthers and the Velociraptors.
Okay.
They don't have to defeat anything. They just have to make it through.
So you begin to fly, and as you lift into the air, you begin to get pelted with stones from the crowd, and boos and jeers at you as people are just throwing rocks in your general direction. Let's
I'm
see.
sorry. Flight is a form of walking.
No, it's not. It's exactly not walking.
Flight is a form of walking.
Turkey's not flightless no more.
Oh,
Let's see.
come on.
How many? Roll me a dexterity check at a disadvantage because you're carrying fives.
I weigh nothing. I am a bird.
Hold on.
Fives, I'm sorry because I'm gonna drop you.
Motherfucker, don't.
You said a dexterity check.
Mm-hmm.
How high are we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Nope. You
Four,
got the
yeah.
4. Yeah. So you guys are getting hit with rocks. How many rocks?
How high were we? Whatever. Yeah. How high were we?
That's a good question. How high were you,
I'm
Roger?
not asking. I'm like legit, like out of character asking.
I moved about 20 feet.
Okay. So that's 2d6 damage from the fall, and then you guys are
20
getting
feet
you guys are getting hit with 20 rocks. 1d6. No, that needs to be 20d6.
Fucking peasants are accurate.
Holy crap.
62 divided by 3 is 31 damage apiece.
No, that's divided by 2.
Oh, you're right. Which is what I meant. I just said 3.
I was like, wait a minute.
Okay, I think you killed both of us right there.
Yeah, the peasants killed them.
So I need death saving throws from you two.
Where? There you are.
God damn it.
Whomp.
Hey, look, I might be a bard.
Oh no, Rosen!
Yep. Bye,
Imp-
Rosen. Great.
Impious, I want to point something out. This is episode 2.
It's 3.
No, this is the second episode of play.
Episode 1 is character building.
So
Let the record show Rojan got me killed, or everybody. We would have. Okay. just pointing that-
I like to point out that that's only 2 failures.
yeah, you guys are okay. You have 3. What are Crest and Javaria doing now that you've seen Lexus in all his glory get stoned
to
death and out of the air by the crowd, who is still booing and throwing rocks at him? The Panthers and Velociraptors in the pit still pacing back
I'm
and
sorry,
forth.
nobody told me that people weren't allowed to fly. I asked what the rules are, and they said get from one end to another. You left it open to interpretation, people.
I did, but the crowd doesn't like seeing you fly.
Yeah, well,
They had bets placed on you, and they weren't a fan.
They can't rig the bets.
Sure they can. They have money riding on it.
I'm gonna
Fuckers.
let you guys.
Welcome to the mafia.
Okay, so no, we are our ropes are currently joining forces.
Okay, so that gives us 70 feet of rope.
How deep is the pit again?
15 feet?
I thought you said it was like
You said
I said it was 50 wide, 200 long, and 15 deep.
We're
Are
fine.
you sure?
I'm sure.
I don't think we had that
I could have
information.
sworn
You did.
you said 100 feet deep.
I said
I could have
50
sworn you
wide
said
and
100 as
200
well.
feet long.
I'm
And
watching
15
the bot. I'm gonna call you out.
All right.
'Cause, I mean, in that case, we would have just jumped in right off the bat.
Right?
I was wondering why you guys kept saying 100, but I was like, all right, they failed intelligence checks. I'm not going to tell them.
I think you failed a speech check.
I don't think I did.
yeah. To be fair, I thought it was because if it was only 15 feet,
If it was
I
only
would have blown up so high.
We're like 20 feet in the fucking air, and I'm just like,
I would have figured, okay, it's 100 feet deep to keep people from escaping.
Yeah.
So if I go 20 feet, I'm not technically out of the pit. I didn't know that it was only 15 feet deep.
guys, can we have a mulligan? Hey, can we have a mulligan?
No, this is too fun.
Oh,
It's
don't
gonna
worry.
not be so much fun when we have to like re-roll 2 brand new characters.
You've still
I
got,
mean,
you've got 2 more death saves. It's fine.
I would not have threatened the life of the guy that helped us over a 15-foot pit.
And yet you did.
9%
So much went
you
so
said
wrong.
100.
Those failed perception checks are terrible.
I mean, if it's only 15 feet, screw threatening this guy. I'm jumping in.
Okay.
Let's go.
Rojan, I just realized something.
Hmm.
Rocks fall and you 2 died.
Oh, god damn.
Hey, question.
The first time I'm able to play a full campaign in 7 years, and I get meme killed.
You basically got served. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Am I like dead forever? I don't.
No, you're not dead
fucking
yet.
Know what the hell death save and why I have
So
3 of
death save is basically you're bleeding out.
Right,
And
so
you
they
have the
have
ability to stabilize yourself if you don't fail all of your death saving throws. And that essentially puts you at 1 hit point.
Got it. Did I succeed with a 9?
No, I think it has to be for right now it has to be 10 or higher.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
in that case,
But so
Okay.
Crest and Javaria are jumping into the pit where we have Lexus and Fives who have fallen and gotten covered in rocks. Go ahead and roll me initiative, Crest and Javaria.
yeah.
Get that out of the way now.
So
Somebody
I'm
give me
just-
high or low.
Low.
This is going
Hey.
swimmingly.
So this panther is actually pathing back here because the rocks are still flying. It's not. It's not inclined to approach.
The cat is like piecing out.
Well, they're backing up because the rocks are still kind of flying from the crowd, and they don't really want to get caught in it because they saw what happens when that happens, and it hurts. So I'm actually going to just take everybody's turn to kind of move them back or path them around a little bit.
You see,
All
this is what happens when you think outside of the box.
I
feel you, Roach.
Go ahead and give me a saving throw.
Death save.
Yep.
Do it again.
Hey, you succeeded that one.
Okay, so I just have to get majority succeeds because right now I got 1 fail, 1 succeed.
You gotta get 3 of one or 3 of the other. If you 3 fails, then you die. If you get 3 successes, then you live, and you just roll until you're at 3 of one or the other.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think as long as you're making death saving throws, you can be stabilized by a party member.
All right.
So
And then can I still like get up and be 1 HP walking around, or am I just like fucking XCOM 2? Somebody's got to carry me.
you're probably going to be unconscious unless they do something to wake you up.
So also, Imp,
Yep.
if they fail to stabilize you, you actually take a negative, or you take a failed death saving.
Okay.
And if they roll a 1, they just kill you.
Good to know. With that information, what's Crest doing?
So is Lexus dead like for good? Because you
Almost.
got a botch or no?
I have to watch one more time and I'm dead.
Okay.
So which of the two of them looks?
2, Imp.
Which of the two of them looks to be in worse shape to me?
Roll me a medicine check or perception, whichever you prefer.
I am proficient in medicine.
Perfect. Lexus.
Okay. Can I do another medicine check to stabilize him?
Yes, you can.
I apologize profusely if I screwed this up.
I'm not a dog.
There you go. He's stabilized. Well done. Rojan, you have 1 HP.
Do I have 1 or 0?
You have 1.
Okay. So that means I'm up.
You're conscious because he did so well on that medicine check. this one's already, I think this Velociraptor's already way in the back, so we'll just leave him where he is. Javaria, what are you doing?
Well, since I have no real medical, we don't have potions, do we?
Nope.
I don't know, do you?
Leave him to me.
Is it on your character sheet? If not, then no.
No, I'm sitting there looking at it. It's like, we didn't come with potions. What is this yet? Okay.
I'm gonna use my loaded dice from beyond the grave. It's gonna be awesome. Fucking let's go.
So I'm gonna sling one of these damn cats. Silently whispering, it's like, sorry, cousin.
I knew it.
Go for it.
My Aunt Titi, sorry.
That will not hit.
Aww, boogers.
You doing anything else? Are you moving at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move forward. How far can I give me that? Come, yeah. Okay. Give me. Good enough.
All right. Lexus is up and conscious and moving. What is with 1 hit point? What is he doing?
Flip off the crowd.
I think that's how you get rocks thrown at you.
Rock on.
Give me 1 moment here.
Oh shit, that means he's reading.
Max, did you just say rock on?
Yes.
No.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it so much.
I need a place to put this that's not in the way.
Mm.
All right. Nobody gets to see the initiative but me, apparently.
Aw.
Okay. So, because me and Fives were so rudely pelted with rocks, I'm going to use a 2nd level spell here.
Okay.
On the plus side, all those rocks.
So,
All the ammo.
me and him are going to get this because nobody else is hurt.
Okay.
What is it that I'm getting?
We're both getting 12 HP.
Sweet. Does that stabilize me?
Yeah.
It should. It
Yeah.
should, 'cause-
Because it's healing.
Gotcha.
But you'll actually get 10 back instead of 12.
Okay. I get 10 back then, right?
Yep.
So I'm at 10 HP, up and about.
Yep.
Sweet deal.
And then Lexus is going to move, not a ruler, move next to Javaria with his weapon is out. He's like, well, if we can't fly over him, let's just take him out.
Okay. And you hear the crowd cheer as you like revive and rush forward to meet the things in front of you.
Oh, they just want blood.
Pretty much. 1, 2,
Doesn't have to be our blood.
6, 7, 8. Perfect. And let's
Be
see.
gentle.
Quick, speak cat to it.
There we go. 2, 1, 2. Javaria. It moves. Okay, so if the creature moves if the panther moves, excuse me, at least 20 feet in a straight line towards the creature and then hits it with a claw attack on the same turn. Okay, so that's a different thing. So I have to hit you with the claw attack first. Never mind. We're gonna do this first. What's your AC? Never mind.
Fucker.
Never mind.
Oh,
So you know
Well-
those bosses I was rolling earlier? I
Good
think
thing-
I found out why.
good thing Healbot 3000 is standing next to.
All right, so you're going to take 7 points of slashing damage from the claw attack. And then I also need you to roll me a strength saving throw.
Come on, one more. 13.
Come on, big money, no whammies.
Strength saving throw? Oh
Mhm.
my god. Strength was not my forte.
19. Nice. You succeeded.
Yay! Fuck you,
So you are not knocked prone. Is essentially what happened. It pounced on you, and you were able to stand up enough to like throw it to the side, even though the claws kind of dug into your shoulder, doing that damage.
Like reflexes.
Oh, no, I like where this is going. Keep going.
Velocity. What speed? 30. Okay. Rojan makes 2 attacks, one with its bite and one with its claws. All right. So that's the bite. Does 22 hit your AC?
Would you believe me if I said no?
Probably not. So 5 damage from the Velociraptor bite. And then it gets 2 attacks, one with bite and one with claws. Does an 18 hit your AC?
It hits it directly.
Okay,
It ties.
ties, so you're safe. So that one, he claws at you and swipes, but you kind of react fast enough to pull your arm back. I may have thrown too many in here, so I'm going to actually be nice and get rid of that so I can balance this fight a little bit more.
I'll say that's a shit ton of friggin'
Yeah, I was like, they're small and their AC is kind of shit. I'll throw a couple of them in there, and then, I didn't realize they get 2 attacks. So I'm going to balance this a little bit. DM making on-the-fly adjustments. Oh, is this 50 feet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Javaria. No
Why
chance.
are cats ganging up on the cat?
No chance for a pounce because it wasn't a straight line, so he's just going to bite at your leg this time. 15 hit you?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're going to take 4 damage there. And the whole time the crowd's just cheering and and cheering for you guys. There are parts of the crowd that are like cheering for you. There are parts of the crowd that are cheering against you. You're just hearing a lot of kind of noise coming from up in the stands. That one actually sees and paths around to Crest and Fives in the background.
Oh no, birds eat cats, or cats eat birds.
Cats eat birds.
We'll
Spooner,
see about that.
What's Fives up to?
Fives is very, very angry. And Fives is going to just straight up attack. Let's see, just be sure I'm within, abso-fucking-lutely within range. I'm going to get right there. I'm going to attack that dude.
Okay, go for it.
All right, now I get an unarmed strike, and then I'm going to...
And that will hit.
All right, and let me do the damage on it.
Yep. Which one is their HP? Okay, it's that one. So -8.
And I'm going to go ahead and use a Flurry of Blows. So, as my bonus attack, my bonus move.
Okay.
I'm going to use one of my key, and now I get 2 extra unarmed attacks. So, that's 1.
That'll hit.
And the damage.
And so that one lands in like square center of the panther's head, and it just kind of collapses on that second blow.
1 down.
Yep.
We can continue.
All right. HP Fox, what is Crest doing?
Well, they're not as tough as I thought they were going to be, so I don't think I'm going to bother going into tank wizard mode. So I'm going to move here and targeting that one right there. I'm going to do that, and it's going to be acid damage.
Oof.
Are you sure?
Now I'm not sure.
I'm awful close to that, Crest.
Like, danger close. Danger close.
Well, I mean, it's a single target spell. It's not an area of effect thing.
Right, but acid splashes.
Well, let's maybe make it lightning.
Okay.
Not, but you're going to probably make it arc over to
No,
it. Let's make it
no.
poison.
All right, poison works too. Acid was really the only one I was concerned about. Because it does actually splash. If you look at like,
I mean, if
spells.
this was the Tuesday game, I would give no fucks. But
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll me the damage for it. 7, perfect.
that was really
Bell
bad.
noise. Bell.
That was a 3d8, and I got 7 damage.
That was kind of terrible. I wasn't gonna mention it, but yeah, that was awful.
Damn, son.
30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Javaria.
Yeah.
That's some weak ass dice, dude. That was so bad.
Oh. I need to go back through and figure out what the thing is for the cat claws as an attack, but since I don't have it written down right now,
More power.
I'm gonna pull my quarterstaff off of my back, and I am gonna swing right for this SOB's face.
Do it.
Do it.
This one.
Okay.
Might as well
Isn't it
finish
like a
it off.
versatile weapon or something? Can you like two-hand it?
Yes. Baseball swing it, basically.
Fuck yeah. We call him the Bear Jew.
Swing and a miss.
God damn it, woman.
It's not my fault! I don't want to hit the kitty.
It's
Feels
very
wrong.
kawaii ugu, so to
Right?
speak.
She doing anything else?
Since it's a versatile weapon, can I like go for a backswing with it?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
The silence was so fucking terrifying.
I was really happy.
This
What was
happened the last time I had a quarterstaff. I'm throwing it. It's like, you know what? Here,
Mags,
you
Mags,
fight with it.
Mags can't hit with a quarterstaff. I die on episode 2. It's like we've got these recurring memes going on.
It was perfectly 1 point left.
Point blank, and she just, nope.
I feel bad. I mean, think my familia.
No, that was so freaking.
All right, what's Lexus doing?
All right. Lexus, a bit more angry now. Growls as he slams the Warhammer against the shield and says, "None of you are going to die to this injustice." And throws out another prayer of healing for everyone.
Okay. Within 30 feet, does that hit everybody? Yes, it does.
So everyone's going to get 19 HP.
Fuck yes.
Bonus,
That
like
puts me at-
19 total,
Add 19 to whatever your HP is right now.
even
That puts me
temperate.
at max.
No, if it puts you at max, it puts you at max.
No,
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying that puts me at max.
No, it's on 5s.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can't overheal.
I know. I remember that there were some spells that gave
get
temporary
buffs.
HP.
Yeah, that one's not.
Okay.
Is Lexus doing anything else? Is he moving or anything?
No, he's standing. He's standing there to try and assist Javaria.
Okay. I think banging on the shield probably got the Panther's attention. So he's going to lunge forward and bite at Lexus.
Oh, of course. That ain't gonna hit me.
All right, good deal. This one is this
They
one
just push
here.
him back with my shield.
So the Velociraptor circles around you, and kind of as you're engaged with the Panther, is going to attempt to make a bite against your the backs of your legs. Oh, he gets a bite and a claw. That's right. So this is the bite. That'll miss. This is the claw. That'll hit. So you'll take
damn.
10 damage as you feel these tiny razor sharp claws dig into the meat of your calf and just rake down the back of your leg.
Booty bite. How big are these velociraptors? Are they
They're-
scientifically accurate chicken
Yes.
sized?
Yeah, they're chicken size.
Okay.
They're just vicious. This Panther, so this one's still engaged with Javaria. So it's going to attempt to.
I'm
Let's see,
engaged
bite.
now? When did this happen?
This Panther proposed.
Dun, 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 dun.
17 hit your AC.
Damn it, yes.
All right, so you're going to take 6 damage from him.
Which is actually kind of funny because in her backstory, well, it's not really an important one, but there's a tribe of Panther Lords. So it's actually kind of funny. They actually married to Tabaxis.
All right, and Spooner. All right, you're going to move up.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's Five's doing?
First things first, I'm attacking that.
Go for it.
Boop.
That'll hit.
Boop.
And that'll be enough to drop it.
Okay, bonus action. Flurry of motherfucking blows on the raptor.
Go for it.
Now I only have one key.
Where's my
All right.
dead? There's my dead thing.
Boop.
That will botch.
Do I hit Javari in the back of the head?
I'm deciding.
Oh my god.
Or rather, the dice are deciding. Roll me damage.
On what? The
Ju-
unarmed strike that I rolled?
Yep, the botched roll. Lexus feels
I
this
kinda think-
fury of blows just rattling against his helmet. Or probably actually against the small of his back if he's trying to hit the raptor that's just kind of latched on.
Chat decides.
And the botches have been real tonight. Crest, what are you doing?
Impious is absolutely after you, man. 100%.
I'm not. It was Javaria was going to be 1 and Lexus was 2. That's why I rolled the dice.
I think I'm gonna move there.
Okay.
I'm targeting that last, or not last, the raptor in the back there.
This one? Or the other
Yeah,
one?
that one there.
The one that's all by itself.
Yes.
Oh, bam.
Sorry.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead and do that. That should have.
Range is 120 feet. All right, so that's fine.
Yeah, it should have rolled the thing with it, but I guess
It
it
did
didn't.
not.
What's the thing?
It should have rolled a ranged spell attack, is what I mean.
Oh.
Let's see, why did it not do that? I'm not sure why it didn't do that.
Me either.
Well, what is ranged spell attack? Is that just a d20 plus
Plus
your
your-
spell casting stat?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just roll
So
that then.
your int modifier.
Oh wait, are you clicking that in your spell page?
Yeah.
It should be, if you go to your front page, it should be under weapons and spellcasting. If you click it there, it will roll the attack.
If you want to re-roll it that way, that's cool.
I'll just roll the thing here and do that other way from now on.
That'll hit. That
Awesome.
definitely hits. So 4. All right.
Yep.
What does that spell look like for Crest? Like, so it's a skeletal hand. Does it have any like a flourish or anything from Crest?
Yeah, when he casts it, he just kind of like thrusts his hand out towards the target, and from his hand, like a ghostly skeletal form comes and just like grabs at the target and latches onto it if it hits.
Okay.
It's kind of this like misty, light bluish white thing.
Like Leoric Strain Hope thing in Hots.
Probably.
It's like a spectral hand that comes out, grabs, and just starts like hugging on whatever.
Sounds about right.
Okay. I'm looking for something real quick because we're getting to about that time, and I know I want to do something, but I also want to make sure it's not something that's just going to kill you all the next time we start game. So
Just
I'm trying to balance something, which means I need to find the challenge level of something, or the challenge rating, and I'm not finding it. It's being a pain in the ass.
The volcano begins to erupt.
No, that makes me lose our money.
Back here.
In before the freaking the bookie basically claims that the catastrophic event was freaking erosion trying to fly, and there was no money being earned by anybody who betted on us.
Stop giving him
How'd
ideas,
you know?
fucker.
No,
Because
that was
I-
already happening, actually.
So nobody's getting money? If that's the case, good.
That's too high. Okay. So
That's
we'll
the
use,
case. Good.
we'll use the other one.
Weren't we also holding somebody else's money?
No. No, you guys just had your owns.
All right. When that hits the Velociraptor, you guys can see the form that's at the other end of the pit begin to rush forward. With that, the Panther and the Velociraptors that are remaining scamper to the back of the pin. And I need to go grab the token real quick.
Oh no.
Do it. Bring it. Bring it. I survived falling from an angel death guy.
Let me just pull this up on YouTube.
How could this happen to me?
So much for free money.
Oh my god, it's Ducky.
and that charges forward, tail swinging, and like just this sound coming out of its mouth as it's charging forward. And that's where we'll end the game for this week.
Holy fucking shit, it's a dinosaur. Holy fucking shit.
Get on the fly, everybody do the dinosaur.
Boom, boom, shakalaka.
So,
boom.
how does everybody like Schultz so far?
Chol can go die
Man-
on fire. I
man.
don't want to help him anymore.
This is Chult.
Screw this hellhole.
They can keep it.
I want to fix the death curse and then like,
And never
Latest
see this place
away.
again.
oh
Can-
no,
is there a way
I want to
that we
wipe it
can
off the
save-
map.
we can save the rest of the world from the death curse and just say screw Chult?
I want Chult to go back underwater.
Hey, I'm not leaving this place until that curse on my necklace lady is broken. Then we can kill everybody.
Wouldn't it be grand if your necklace lady, when she became a lady again, she slapped you for being a perv that would stalk her?
I mean, it's entirely possible.
And it became like one of my Chinese cartoons with like the Sundra stuff?
It's entirely possible.
No idea what you're talking about at this point. I've lost the thread of this conversation completely.
I'm just fucking around.
And the plot
I don't want this to be
like
over.
a flan in a cupboard.
All right.
Flan.
Rojin, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
Aside from die on the second episode of every game that I'm playing with him as a DM, I'm a variety broadcaster on Twitch, mainly doing RPG, FPS, and fighting games. Sometimes, the occasional spoop games. Right now, going through Mad Max, Battle Chasers, and Divinity Original Sin. Also, I am one of the DMs here on this channel.
All right. And Spooner, who are you? What do you do on the internet?
I am Spooner Sloth, and I do various things on the internet, of which I cannot say on this channel. I do stream on Twitch, and right now we're going to hopefully finish Battle Chasers tomorrow, doing a creative stream on Tuesday, and then I will not be casting until I get back from TwitchCon, which is going to be really, really damn exciting. First TwitchCon ever, and I hope to see all of you there. Take lots of compromising pictures.
HB Fox, who are you? What do you do on the internet?
I am the manager for the Hunter Wild. We run a community-oriented variety cast here on Twitch. We were supposed to be streaming today and tomorrow, and what day is that after? And the day after. But he had surprise shit come up, and he has to rearrange his entire house, so that may not be happening. You may not see us until like the 23rd or the 24th.
Okay.
At which point we'll be having a launch
Destiny
event
2?
for Destiny 2 on PC.
Freaking yeah, dude.
Yes. Hybrid, who are you? What do you do on the internet?
I am a hybrid magpie. I am a creative caster here on Twitch. I do emotes, channel art, overlays, all the kind of pretty things that you need for your channel. And I also play video games. I do jewelry crafting, dreadlocks, all kinds of fun stuff.
And I'm Impius. I run, along with Rojin's Helps, Dungeons and Distractions. Here on Twitch, we have 4 shows a week. Currently, we have this show on Sunday nights, which is just getting started. Monday nights is my office hours, where I plan for this show and generally talk about role-playing games, my takes on them, the reasons that I do things, kind of what I've been looking into, and all that fun stuff. Tuesday nights is Gibbering Mouthers, which is a 5th edition D&D planar jumping insane campaign run by Rojin Quest. And Wednesday nights is RPG Mixtape, where we pick a new system to play every month and have a guest star. With us this month is Not So Speedruns, and we are checking out All Flesh Must Be Eaten, which is a zombie RPG. We're only going to get to actually play that one session, which is going to be the last Wednesday of the month because of TwitchCon and other things going on. But I think we'll have Not So Speedruns back on another time to try out another game with us too, though. So, but thank you guys so much for hanging out. We are going to go on a raid. This is just a way that at the end of the show we like to go show our support for other casters. So what I want you to do is I'm going to drop a link in chat right now. What I want you to do is go ahead and open up iCasper's channel in a different tab. Pre-type out the message, I heard there were dragons in here, and wait until you see my name. Say, we are here for the XP. And then go ahead and light his channel up. Let him know that we are there. And I think I dropped an R on that. So hang on just a second. I fucked that up. No, I didn't. Just the other one that I was typing. I was fine. So he's playing Binding of Isaac, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for hanging out and enjoying the show.